It's okay. I just had to move things without things falling everywhere.
Because you can shoot people in the solar system and uniform just fly off.
You can shoot other places too.
Yeah.
Shoot him in the bags.
Alright, shot. That's a cold shot and it has like +5 and disadvantage.
Yeah,
Really.
cold shots are harder to get off, and they do anything that reduces your chance to hit can be bad at low level. Because remember, missing by 10 or more is a critical fumble.
Yep.
And a natural 1 and a natural
let me turn that around
20
for you.
are not special in their own right, unless they're also a critical missing critical fumble.
Yeah, there's also no rules for cold shots, so you have to homebrew it. And like, the best rule I've heard is it's -5 and disadvantage. Because it's
Okay.
saying it's all.
So, first time back this year, we are up to session 29. And I'm not sure if has anyone died in this group yet?
Not permanently. People have disappeared.
I've got lots of scars, but I haven't died.
Yes. Well, we actually have had official deaths on the Wednesday group.
Ooh.
Some of them not come back. So that was where I was asking her, do we have actually anyone die in this one? So I don't think we actually
I've been
nothing
downed. We got
yeah.
close with Kira once, I think, but she managed to just scrape the saving
You're
throw.
close
through.
with me in the first session.
Pinwinkle on the Wednesday actually had to have a reincarnation, resurrection spell cast on him to bring him back.
Ooh.
That's what I mean by actual down.
Yep.
We have no on-screen deaths, whether or not players and player characters have died after they've left the story.
We don't know yet. So, has Kroll died?
No, but I'd like to know if it's been a month past, if someone has been playing with their arm or not.
Yes, your arm's actually healed by now.
Yeah, no, this is why I've been doing rehab with Elias.
Ah, okay.
There's a reason for this madness.
You're doing lots of push-ups,
I
with one arm, so you've
I
got one
understand
really
it's fantasy.
strong arm.
But a broken bone doesn't take 4 weeks to heal. I'm sorry.
I know, but I was wondering if they even bothered to keep it in
They
a certain
do with the
position
right
or something.
drugs.
Like, yeah, I'm good now. And
Well,
just
no,
hit it.
because you healed it, and then you had me had it in a sling for a week, and then Mum said that was fine because
Okay,
magic.
That's fine.
And then I
It just
basically
meant that
Fantasy.
I
it
did
just
rehab
magic
with-
didn't fix it straight away.
Yeah.
That's what I said is when you heal up a cut, the cut doesn't disappear, it just closes over.
Yeah.
So it's the equivalent of increased healing.
You've
Yep.
been taking too many drugs. You're resistant to healing.
In D&D, that's the thing.
I
Dwarves
know.
are resistant to magic healing.
God, that'll be the day when you become resistant. And you know what? It'll be specifically that arm that's resistant.
Could be worse, you could become allergic to magical healing.
Oh,
great.
that's hilarious.
Like a vampire.
The best one on magic healing I've heard is the trauma associated with it.
Mm.
Because yes, you've still got your leg, but you remember losing it.
Well, there's also the other thing is, imagine if you actually felt your body knitting back together again, and it felt as if there was this army going to war in your arm, and you have this entire dream of yourself healing, going to war with itself. And the thing is, if you go to war with yourself, you both win and lose.
You could just lose.
Yes, but if you lose, you also win, so stalemate would probably be the worst one. Because you haven't actually achieved what you set out to do. I'll turn that down a little bit more so it doesn't become too overpowering in the background. Okay, so we're up to session 29. We have people at the table, so I'll go around. We're starting with M.
I am Duza. I am the half orc, who, as you probably just heard like 5 minutes ago, had a broken arm. Had being the word there.
We can fix that.
You could fix that.
We don't need
Yeah.
to.
I probably don't need help with that, but okay.
Deuce's ego will fix that for us.
yeah.
3 times in a week or something.
No, I just need to go
3 times in a
fight
day
that gnome
wasn't
again.
it?
Arm wrestle the gnome.
Why don't you go for a leg wrestle and see if that works out any better?
No.
Come on, big ego, do it again.
No, it wasn't even ego. It was like, oh, cool, a challenge, and it was
Critical hit.
yeah. See, I have Puppy, my ever-lovely Puppy.
Still not fully house trained.
Sort of. He's just taken a liking to crawl.
Kroll smells like outside.
I haven't thought about that. Strap back to its leg.
To its leg or his leg?
Its leg.
Are you going to volunteer to do that strapping?
No, I think I'm good.
Considering Poppy's one of the reasons her arm's broken.
Yeah, I remember that was the 1 in 3 day. Oh, sorry.
Three in one day.
3 in 1 day, yep, pretty much. Yeah. And just been carrying on with my gym junkie buddy Elias.
Don't worry, I'm sure he'll start importing some oil so you can, start doing the scenes.
Oh yeah, they're doing it together.
Yeah. Oh yes.
There'll be this very big buddy montage scene where they're, doing the whole oiling up each other's backs, Broback Mountain style.
Yeah, homoerotic potential.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as you say no homo.
Yeah.
But what if they want the homo?
I know.
Hey, it's even worse when they oil themselves up in a
2021, we
homoerotic scene.
accept everything here.
I do have one of those recorded.
I don't think Doozer really has the concept of
The player
that.
did not believe he was doing it until after the fact.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
did it himself.
we've got enough characters on this show that fuck. Some of us just don't have to.
Or, all the 5th ed D&D, Stefan.
Well, I did do a strip show for the Baron's wife? The one in,
You swing both ways, I say, okay.
Violently with a bat.
yeah, violently with an axe. Should have worn that t-shirt today, actually, but well.
Well, I went for the my job is top secret. Even I don't know.
Remind me next Pathfinder week to wear my I swing both ways with violently with an axe t-shirt.
I need to make a t-shirt saying Buffus Wizard known to man.
Which brings us to Josh.
I am the Buffus Wizard known to man.
You're not currently eating.
I do not currently eating, which is actually brilliant. So I'm playing Parry Hodder. Very welcome back in my hometown at the moment. Still scratching my head over this massive rune gate, but I have a few leads that I want to chase up eventually. Also probably going to touch base back at the guild today. See if my best buddy has wiped memories from the wizards to get any kind of closer update, which at the moment have been off random tangents, going directions away from the gate.
Didn't we find out he was doing that so they didn't fight each other?
No.
They say
So we did
bet.
that. So we did that because whoever was going to figure out the rune gate was going to be the leader of the Mages Guild.
They get the best offers.
Oh,
So he's
So he's purposely doing it because he doesn't
people.
want to be under
And
anyone, but he doesn't want to be the leader of the Mages Guild.
there's also the downside of when they were actually getting quite far ahead, they weren't sharing their information.
Yeah.
So they actually employed him to
Has he
get
been
everyone's
keeping a logbook
information.
now?
He's been doing it the whole time.
Mm.
Just that every morning they get up and read what everyone else had done because they don't remember. So they can then go off and do it. And because they agreed to this in the first place, it's been happening every day. Just that he sometimes does it just for giggles.
And I would like to know in the past month how my love relationship has gone.
So I'm sure you'll find out.
Beautiful.
Swimmingly, presumably.
Married and 4 kids. Beautiful.
If you want.
Nope.
Okay, just the 4 kids.
God, that was quick for a
Not
month.
unwilling to accept.
Not all yours.
I was gonna say that's quick work for a month there.
well, magic.
Well,
Magic, yep.
And he has been gone for many years.
That's true.
Doesn't mean that his kids aren't walking around elsewhere.
Not so much where the kids said that she wasn't pregnant. What the hell? So much to do in a month.
Well, didn't say she wasn't pregnant previously.
Okay.
And you were gone for 3 years.
Aren't you like 15 or something?
Bunch of little tykes.
They start
running around.
early.
No,
How old's your
Willie's
character?
16.
Oh.
Yeah.
Still.
I'm a youngin'.
He's starting early there.
Still older than me.
Well, they can get married
Yeah, well,
from
we've
about
got ways
14.
to go.
Because that's
Isn't
the
that
that's
right?
the age of
almost
adulthood.
13-year-old wedding. Instead, you got a devil instead.
Hey.
You're nearly allowed to drink, aren't you?
Talking about married life, we're up to
Here we go.
Peter.
Yes, I'm playing the highly moral and religious Lord Willy Won Kenobi, aspirant of the Lost Errant, practitioner of the renowned Tiger Style and saviour of Quest and Margot, God-touched, hater of horses and maker of good life choices, husband of the Hell Knight Ruby Won Kenobi.
And recently butt shot.
No, junk punch.
Bunch of.
Butt shot, junk punch.
No, I am the puncher of junk. I'm not the having my junk punch.
But no, you should have that as a title.
Puncher of junk.
So why are you called Junk Punch?
No reason. Yeah. Why does he keep kicking me in the dick?
I thought he said he
Punching,
punched.
come on, punch. Yeah.
I'll get to that. So, moving around to Kroll.
Hello, I'm playing Kroll, and due to our supposedly secret names, apparently I am the Green Archer, which just isn't much different.
That's
But
why I'm
yes.
just Harry.
Well, it's your hometown.
I know.
I am playing
I don't even remember
a
what my nickname was. Actually.
half-elf gnome
Wasn't she one arm or something?
cleric who has a longbow
Something like that.
and is a believer in Ariston. Main hero of the party, and
Flex one arm, that's what it was.
apparently I am.
Very guilty for shooting Willy Won in the buttocks.
No, he was quite proud of that when it happened. He just said, we just never speak of this again.
He vowed to make it up to me, I'm sure.
Dooza probably reminds you every day of the wonderful smile he had on his face when he realised he shot you in the butt.
While you were blinded.
Quest is still there saying, no, it was definitely one of the other guys.
It was Parry all along.
Yes, they
No, it
ran
was one of the
up,
guys that we killed.
grabbed one of his arrows with the same fletching, took a shot, just happened to hit you in the ass.
And don't worry, they pulled it out before you got your sight back.
Yeah. Oh, did they, bastards?
Yep. That's why you could never tell who'd done it.
Your sight actually came back after they pulled it out because it was that shocking.
I would have got that other guy, wasn't that meddling dog?
And it was the dog's fault too.
Yep.
Yes, apparently urine on fingers doesn't help too well on shooting.
Yeah.
Makes your fingers slippery.
It wasn't even just that, it was freaking being pounced on over the freaking bar while I'm trying to shoot.
Come on, Poppy was the MVP of that battle.
Look, he helped someone get shot in the butt, he broke someone's arm.
Poppy was
And he killed like two of the guys too. he was the one who consistently got like bite hits on the guy.
And what about the Percy's? Percy's must have got most kills.
What?
Most
Actually, the
deaths at any
dead.
rate.
Oh, God.
Actually, being dead. There's like 3 of them dead now. I think.
Yes.
There's only 2 left.
Well, there were 6 all up, so you're halfway through your Percy
Oh no,
count.
sorry, we're 3 Percys. Yep.
If we had hired snails, they would have been more useful.
Except the snails probably wouldn't have died at the door.
They would've got
It's
people to fight
survival
faster.
of the fittest Percy, okay? This is a reality show,
And
right?
could only have a carnivorous plant just throw it at it.
Well, the Percys weren't hired because they were good at security. They were just hired because they were good at throwing people out.
It's like Chariots on Fire in reverse.
Which brings us around to Quest and Morgan.
Hi, I play Quest the Bard. He's a goblin who thinks he's an orc, who pretends he's not a goblin.
Hi, Goblin.
He's currently masquerading as Question, and he's very unhappy about it. He grouses about it constantly. Thank you, Roll.
You're welcome.
But that's okay. Anytime anyone actually wants to ask something of management, they send them your way because it's question time. They say.
I just love to think about this. This party is. Let's blame everybody else but ourselves.
I think you've got it now.
rightfully so.
Look, I
you.
didn't hear anyone tell us that we didn't have to we had to not use our names. That was never told to me.
I know. That was funny.
He's on a mission to become the greatest bard in the world. He will tell
And now he's stuck in Riddleport.
tell great tales. He will sing
Greatest
great
bard in
songs.
Riddleport.
He will do his best not to get killed.
He'll sing the greatest song in the world.
No, it's
No,
He-
he already,
he forgot- he
he
forgot that.
already did that and
He
then
forgot it.
forgot
Forgot
forced to
it.
forget.
So the tribute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now he sings a tribute every night.
every other night.
Didn't you hook up with the other bard?
Yes, he did.
Yes.
Wait, look up.
Oh.
The
No, I mean
Valia?
like playing with.
Oh yeah, right. Like, let's just make one thing clear, right? Quest does not fuck.
He just fucks with.
He likes looking at pretty things, but he knows he's dirty and doesn't touch them.
He likes the
Literally.
window shop. He likes the window shop. Pushes his face all the way up against the window, but that's about it.
Never goes into
Well, that's because when he walks away, there's an imprint there.
leaves his
That's
mark.
how he knows he's dirty.
Now we're gonna imagine he just quest up against the
Did
window.
you
going,
actually water recently to wash you?
Not that I remember.
It depends on if it was
Scary
clean or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
It
remember.
might have been half Percy used water.
Yeah, soap is a thing for eating. It's a good snack.
Ew.
Well, it cleans his teeth.
Yeah, you know that, like in the Snow White, Dopey was constantly hiccuping bubbles?
Yes.
Quest does that.
Really bad when he does it during the song.
But-
This is
but-
a great
but-
song.
Practical effects.
he probably gets tipped for every bubble he burps out now.
Can he make a flute? Maybe. Let's give him a little bit of chili and see if that works.
I don't want to pop those bubbles. Okay, after he's had chili. Roll a d4 for acid damage.
Okay, so it has been a month since we last had stuff. You've been working with the Cypher Mages on occasion, though you've been remembering to come back and close up
Yes.
since the Percy incident.
Yeah, Doozer doesn't want to get punched in the gut again. That would be fun.
You did leave a mark.
So wait, you don't want to get punched in the gut, but you happen to have your arm broken again? I'll note that down.
Well, the gut punch almost put Doozer down.
That hurt a lot.
Doozer was in pain for more
Use
than
a
an
break
hour.
arm again, I'll put them down.
No, you
He's
just
gonna get
let
slowed
him
down by
limp
the
around. Just wait for it to heal and watch how deformed it gets. That's the best bit.
Yeah, then try and watch them flail their two-handed axe.
Because
Well,
that went
just
so
get
well
monkey
last time my arm was broken.
Listen, when it comes to flailing, you just flail the broken arm.
That's pretty much what I did last time my arm was broken. Actually, I think I dumped the two-handed axe and got one of my small ones out, but anyway.
You did.
I was about to say, you dumped the twin axe and just used your arm. Perfect.
No, I used one of the
Bash,
single
bash,
hand.
I beat him with my arm. And then I turned to Kroll and Kroll went,
All
It
my
was just
hard
like
work.
blood going everywhere.
here, let me fix that. I'll just cauterize the wound. It's like,
What?
what? You're not putting it back on? No.
No.
No, you can keep that now.
This is your new club.
I'll turn it into a necklace and you can hang it around your neck. That way you can play with your hand anytime you want to.
Just
No,
put it
what?
back in the
Yeah, we'll just
in the
put a
bag.
stick on it.
It's your new club. Club of Doozer.
What are we
My
gonna be
arms.
like, Gobbler from bloody How to Train Your Dragon with the interchangeable?
Hey, it could be worse. They could call your trail rations.
That's a good idea. I'll cook it up.
Do you know how impressive it would be though if you were in the arena, how you could start duels by pulling out your arm and slapping them with it and throwing it at their feet. And they're like, what the fuck is this?
Especially if your blood's spurting out.
This is like the orc version of throwing your gauntlet at someone.
On a side note, there's actually a VR game that does that. Like you can go around and just use weapons and stuff, but you can actually grab the other gladiators and just rip their arms off. It's just so brilliant.
Isn't that the VR?
The VR gladiator.
Oh, I was gonna say, what's the Steam one? The chivalry.
That's what I imagine the versus the Hulk in the Gladiator range would be like.
Mm.
Like you challenge the Hulk whips your arm off and throws out your feet as a challenge. Just like,
Yeah.
but that was my arm. He rips the other one off just to make sure.
But what the Hulk doesn't realise is I'm from Monty Python.
Yeah.
Well, in which case he'll move on to
It's
the
scratch.
It's but a flesh wound.
He'll be more than happy to move on to the other
Come back
arms and
here and
legs.
gnaw your leg off.
Come here so I can bite you in the shin.
Tis but a scratch.
You're pulling your
But a
toe.
flesh wound.
Okay,
Come back here
so
and gnaw your leg off.
in your downtime, you've also been able to train up with some work from the Pathfinder Lodge.
Mm.
They've given you some instruction on how to do it, so you're now all considered trained in Pathfinder lore. Because, hey, this is part of your Pathfinder training.
Oh god. Can you only have 2 laws?
You can have hundreds of laws.
Oh, good.
Because I've got like 3 already. Because I've got
They just don't
Shani
fit on the
law.
Yeah, the sheet only expects you to have 2.
Yes.
Yeah, because anything else is a waste of skill points.
Because, you know, we can't have intelligent characters. What is this?
And if when you guys use the skill untrained, your proficiency bonus is equal to your level instead of 0.
Oh, nice.
So that's what's the Pathfinder Agent dedication feat.
So sorry, what does?
Anytime you are not skilled in a any skill, you actually add your level instead of 0 to as your proficiency.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
so like religion, where I've got a proficiency of 0, that would now be what, 2?
Yeah.
Huh.
Is that everything or just Pathfinder stuff?
That's for all skills.
I'm
Oh, wow.
somewhat
It's
athletic
jack of all
now.
trades.
Woo!
So this is basically what your 3 years of studying at the Pathfinder Lodge has given you.
Oh, that's
Add
awesome, actually.
level to untrained skill rolls.
And so if you guys ever need to look it up, it's called the Pathfinder Agent dedication.
So can we...
Can I grab a page reference?
Yep, 23 of the Lost Omens World Guide.
Ooh, got some.
Why does not mark that down in my character sheet? Just put 3 next to everything and then adjust mine.
23. It's LOW, right?
That's the...
LOWG normally, because they do for each of the letters.
Oh, my character can lie now.
Yep. And I thought you would appreciate the
My character
hard work
can-
of becoming Pathfinders.
My character can lift things without magic now.
Because you also then have options to go down and expand that into 3 different subtypes of Pathfinders.
Now, quick question, because it probably doesn't count for animal
right here.
companions, but does it count for animal companions?
Well, he's not a Pathfinder.
He's not been
Well,
trained.
he technically is.
Sorry, Mum.
If puppy had feelings.
It is the Pathfinder dedication, Pathfinder Agent dedication.
Pathfinder Agent dedication.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's a +2 to everything untrained.
It is your level to everything else.
Sorry, my level to everything.
You take your level as proficiency.
Because otherwise you take your level plus your proficiency.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
level to everything.
And yeah.
Understand.
Which makes you guys far more effective than an average person.
Hey,
Definitely.
we're almost heroes.
Yeah. What do you mean almost? What?
Yeah.
I've saved multiple characters.
So-
Almost is. We still use point buy rather than doing the 46.
So imagine on the 4d6 you can still roll a 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm likely to be the person who rolls a 4 for my character, while the person next to me will probably roll 3 18s.
Actually, no, that's the only time I do roll well. But if we use that method, I never roll anything above a 15.
I watched one person roll 3 18s, a 17 and a 15.
Yeah.
And then I didn't roll anything above an 8.
Yeah, you feel robbed, yeah.
What I had was considered a non-legal character, but I took it anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
And they took their character. Their character absolutely succeeded at everything, but no one remembered it. Everyone remembered how much of a pain in the butt my character was, but my character succeeded far more than their highly skilled character did.
Yep.
Because I managed to roleplay it in such a way that I never put myself at the point I was going to fail.
Martin, do we have erasers? Sorry.
We do not have erasers unless Deflon brought some. Because I don't know where my eraser pack went.
Played a character in the first edition where you had the percentile strength,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually had an 18 percentile strength, so I think 1875 or something. So as a first level character,
I
I
actually don't have
was
with me today.
pretty
okay.
powerful.
Mm.
I had 3 hit points as a fighter. And all the way along I was like, oh yeah, roll the
There's
5.
one
Like I never
that
rolled
has
more
a
than
hit
average.
on the end.
And I had no con, so I was like, by the time we got to like 5th or 6th level, I was like, I've got 22 hit points, yay!
Well, Babylon 5, the original game, you roll your hit points at first level,
Yeah.
and then you only get like 1 to 3 hit points every
Oh my
level
goodness,
after
Craig
that.
can be half
So
intimidating.
a 20th level character is likely to have more than 20 hit points.
Yeah.
So you might actually start off with 1 hit point. And the guns in that game do 3d6 damage.
Yeah, that's Babylon 5, isn't it? Yeah, I saw that and you're like,
First edition Babylon 5, not a safe game to pull out a gun.
no. Well, it is, as long as you're the one with the gun.
Even
Everyone
then-
else doesn't. Everyone else doesn't
As
have
long
one.
as
You're
you're the
laughing.
one taking the gun to the knife fight.
Yeah.
You know, last time I played 5th Ed, my character ended up with like 60 HP as a fighter. More than half of that was the Constitution bonus.
You can really max it out.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
no. It was I couldn't roll higher than a 1 or a 2 on the hit point dice every level up.
Yeah.
Oh, that hurt.
And I had like the best stats in the game. I couldn't do anything. Just every time I rolled, it was here's a 5, here's a 7.
Well, it's like the glowing D20 I have. I've had people try to go, oh, that's just way to just go to roll 20 every time,
No.
and then watch them roll ones.
Yeah, you go, look, fine, you use it. That's great. 1. What do you want?
Okay.
Yay.
You guys have spent some time getting to know the place, getting to work around it. They do pit fighting in the bottom of the Gold Goblin, except their pit fighting is very much monster bashing. So equivalent of fighting large rodents.
Nice. Dudes are probably partakes in that.
And I'm sure they don't really exist, those rodents of unusual size.
No.
Just illusions.
That's oddly specific.
I'm sure there were no Princess Bride quotes to throw in there.
No, I'm more concerned about Zephyros.
Zephyrus?
He's a shape changer who likes the form of a rat, different sizes, and he's a crime lord, the 8th crime lord.
I know.
That's why I'm concerned why you mentioned rodents.
Yes. So it is a common thing to fight rats there.
Suspicious.
Also, isn't
in
it
the
'cause
arena
it's a-
under the Gold Goblin.
Port town and it's probably riddled with rats.
Yep.
That's why it's called riddle.
There are many riddles here. And no guy with a green hat though. But many people with canes, so
Well, I think I got the question mark at the moment, don't I?
yes, you are. Okay. You have been asked to find one of Sal's missing employees. He has lost Loa Felden.
Gesundheit.
He's lost.
Loa Felden.
The grumpy dwarf. The pit boss.
Let me check, is that the pit boss?
Is it Leaur?
L-A-R-U-R.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
the
the
grumpy
floor
dwarf.
manager. And he's the,
He's not shown up.
What about Bodjak?
Bodjak is still there.
Okay.
So what
Bodjask.
about Hans and Bayer? What were they doing?
They look after
They
Sal,
look after
don't
the
they?
treasury and Sal.
I thought they were the bodyguards for Felden.
No,
No,
they were
that's
the
us.
bodyguards for
They're Sal's bodyguard.
the Sal's bodyguard.
Ah.
No, the floor master does his own thing.
He's the one who keeps everyone else in line.
Yeah,
Yeah, you shouldn't need bodyguards.
because he's a grumpy dwarf who's
And
powerful.
if he does go missing, it's probably our fault.
And he said the last thing he knew, Felden was going to stop by the office of the local moneylender to pay off a chunk of the debt Sal owed.
Ah, yep. That sounds
Well, that's not a good thing to hear.
And why didn't he think to take one of us?
Because he's himself. Now, when was the last time you knew of a dwarf to do anything with somebody else?
Yeah, true.
And basically, every time you see him walk through the casino, everyone else gave way to him.
I can tell you when the last time I heard about a dwarf doing anything with somebody else, and that was him. Doing things we won't speak about.
Things you don't know about.
You just spoke about it.
Don't we though?
I implied about it. I didn't speak about it.
As far as you're aware, Parry went missing. You guys has assumed what has happened, and you're most likely correct.
Proven track record.
Yeah.
Sounds like a self-fulfilling prophecy at the moment.
Yep.
Parry goes missing. Yep, we know exactly where he
He's
is.
thocking
And so,
his arse
does
around
Parry
the
have
place.
any siblings? No siblings at all? Is his parents still alive?
You probably do. You probably just don't know about them.
They don't want to know about Parry.
In terms of family, I would say not.
Okay.
Um,
So Parry's an orphan.
yeah, actually.
When you say orphan,
Do we mean Batman style? Or?
do you mean
Parry
someone
is
who
quickly
has
becoming Batman, yes.
lost their parents?
I've got no powers, but give me a batarang and...
Frequently.
And a shitload of money, and I'll make it happen.
Exactly.
He may not remember his parents.
I may not.
He may have, lost them because he can't remember them.
I like to think a part
That's
of
fine.
Parry's
I'll stop waving my
backstory
arms
is
around.
that
You know who it is?
something has happened to my family. I'm unaware of it.
I
Whether they're alive or dead, Parry does not know. I have been given to the Mages Guild,
Mhm.
and then basically from a young age, I've grown up through the Mages Guild,
Okay.
I bet
learning the ways of everything else. It probably more ties with my background of a scholar and everything else.
You're learning to make, to scribe and study.
I bet you're secretly a boss of alias chemical, buff wizards in the family.
Oh, is this why he thinks this is the toughest one? It all makes sense now.
I know, right?
Where you get special treatment?
I like to think all the rest of my family, if they're still alive, is sane, going, wizards, yeah, we fight from the back. Meanwhile, I'm the odd one who's like, oh no, that child's messed up, no, get rid of it. No.
What's this? Muscle definition?
Striations.
And he
His
seems
first
to
words,
be
his first words
charming.
were, I'm a tank!
Yeah.
What's this? I can't heal his ribs.
That's why I was adopted. They gave me to the Mages Guild to say, fix him quickly.
I don't think it worked.
No, it really didn't.
And
It made things
he
worse.
sent one of the Percys to investigate what had happened to his missing grumpy pit boss. And the Percy returned saying that the dwarf's room had been cleared out.
Dwarf's room where?
From his apartment. He didn't live in the Gold Goblin.
Which Percy did he send?
It doesn't matter. They're all as
I'm surprised the Percy even came back with something to
I know!
report.
I was surprised he managed it. Which Percy is this?
He went with
One of them
500
has,
gold.
Like 18 of
500 gold.
intelligence.
Okay. What's his wage?
Less than that.
How much less? Like, is that more than a year's worth of wage, or
Well, he gets paid a gold a week.
that's 52 gold pieces? So you sent him off with 10 years worth of wage, and you're wondering why he's gone missing.
Dwarves are generally trustworthy.
Well,
Yeah, but
it's,
Unless
it's
he
not.
could buy his clan dagger back.
It's not the first time he sent him off
That
with
would certainly be a very big incentive to steal. That's for sure. But I think it's more likely that it's Angvar who's found out what was going on and has rolled him, and probably in cahoots with Carrot.
With who, sorry? I agree.
Yeah.
But he does think he does think it has something to do with Lima
who's
Smead,
Willie?
the moneylender he had been sent to pay off.
Right.
Don't throw this on me.
I
Just
guess
because
we
you
can-
can't have the power
So
characters. Don't
we
throw this
should-
on me.
How much
Hey,
do you owe to
you're
this
a wizard.
moneylender?
He's a wizard.
2,000 gold.
The link's there. What can I say?
And what's he got over you?
That's
You don't
racist.
The gold.
Class,
Goblin.
sorry,
pay?
classes.
Fair reason not to accept it.
All wizards are not the same.
So do we know where his apartment is, and should we go check that out first?
You can. He gives you directions.
Is there a
How come
key,
he
or-
doesn't live in the Gold Goblin when the rest of us board here?
He doesn't like the smell.
Fair enough.
I don't know. Something's
Smells fine to me.
fishy.
He doesn't like
Sorry,
the
that's
smell
the
of
STI.
He doesn't say what he doesn't like the smell of. He just doesn't like the smell.
And clearly he was moved out before you got here.
Doozy, did you fart?
No, that was Poppy.
That's even worse.
You look around and there's this nice little pile beside Poppy.
Harry leaves. Harry's out of it. Nope.
Shut not.
Doozer cleans up. It's his dog after all, so.
Right.
Puppy likes to leave little tokens for people.
Surprised it's not on Crawl's foot.
Don't even start.
He doesn't. He doesn't leave that sort of token. He leaves a different sort of token there.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easier to fly by pee
Crawl's-
than fly
Crawl's-
by poo.
Crawl's posse name should be Fire Hydrant at this stage.
No, he smells like tree to the puppy.
See, that's what you get for being an elf.
And sure.
And short, yes.
You're a
A
sapling.
short elf.
A sapling that needs nutrients from...
He's helping you grow. Eventually, you'll be a real boy.
Yeah, because, like, considering
Probably-
that Poppy
no,
probably
no,
comes
no,
up
no.
to, like, Dooz's thigh. And he's like, a wolf, so, like, you
Well,
know.
just imagine when the wolf grows bigger.
Could you grab me my plate too?
Sure. Would you like crankshaft?
I should have another white one in the door, please.
The question again was, would you like a crankshaft?
Okay, yes.
God, that arm twisting was pretty harsh.
You will have the question. Well, I mean, I reckon we should probably go and see this lonely sharky dude then.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, so we get directions to both, because we should probably check
Well,
out both. But
Check out his apartment first and then go see the loan shark.
Okay.
see, if it really is as
Is
cleared
there-
out as Percy made it out.
Anywhere else that he hangs out? Is he a known associate of anybody?
Well, he
Like us?
he used to hang out with the dwarves at the foundry. Then he lost his clan dagger.
So, he hung out with them before he lost his clan dagger.
Yes.
So we should go see him and see if he's picked up his clan dagger anytime recently. When did he go missing?
When he lost it in some sort of bet.
No, when did he go missing?
Oh, him. Yesterday?
Yesterday.
He didn't show up for work this morning, which is why I bring it to your guys' attention, you know, because you guys work security. You're very good at securing things, so if you could secure our pit boss, that would be great.
But not necessarily the money.
Well, we'll find some way to fix the money part later.
Okay.
If you find the money as well, then that's a bonus.
Oh, really? That's very generous of you.
I'm sure it will, he thinks for a moment and goes, not your bonus, my bonus.
Oh.
It means we don't shut.
That's a good deal for us.
100 gold's a pretty good deal. 100 gold each?
We'll discuss it.
Oh, okay.
So, Pathfinder Clue, whatever his name is, he's hanging out with Dwarf Foundry. Part may have been cleared. Something to do with the money launderer. Pitbot. No, loan shark.
Loan shark, yes.
Money
The
laundering
richest
loan
man to
shark.
the city.
Really?
Well, that's what loan sharks are. The people who give out actual money and generally own most of the city.
Loan shark. He went there.
Lone Star.
So what was the... What was
And
the
there's no
Loan Shark's
30-30 here, though.
I've got it here.
What's the boss's name?
The loan shark's name?
No, our boss.
Clegg. Not Clegg.
Sol.
Sol.
It's-
Better
Better call Saul.
call Sol, yeah.
So I've got two names here because of, I don't know if it's pronunciations or what, but I've got Inassus Smirres and I've got Linesis Smee, who's supposed to be the loan shark apparently. I don't know why there's two different
Linus Smee is the main loan shark.
Inassus or
Lemesis.
Linesis.
L-Y-M-A-S. Smee is the
L-Y-N-E-S Smee, okay.
So look up the other guy and see if he is also a... Which one are you talking about?
I could just have the name wrong. L-Y...
Alias Tamahawk is the cipher guy. Blake Zincha is the big arena boss. Boss Croak is the big orc.
That orc, yeah.
I couldn't have the spelling wrong.
Barnol Split Face Nokma is the beggar. Avery Sleg is the main smuggler of the region. Sharofa Pamade is the local Calistria devotee.
Yep.
And Zephyrus is the dirty rat of the region.
That's what
The Overlord is Gaston Cromarty.
Yes, but very few people ever get to see him.
How long has Louis worked here?
Louis worked here for, well, since I reopened the Gold Goblin, which was which is about a year or two ago.
A year or two ago.
I never keep track of these things called dates. They're not that important.
Okay. And you earned $500 in the year. 500 gold in the year. Well, you're willing to part with 500 gold after it.
Yeah. Well, less than a year actually.
So he was going to go and see this Smee person.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's gone missing. You know, it's really horrible losing all that gold because that was going to be help with your wages if we reduce the interest we owed on this guy. I could then pay you guys more.
Yeah.
So it's in our best interest to find out what happened.
Well, you know.
Because if we can't, recover the money, we might have to tighten our belts a bit for the next few months.
Understandable.
Reduce wages here and there.
Lay off staff. Alright. So, any other questions?
Water down drinks.
I thought we already did that.
Well, more than we do.
We're basically going to serve water now.
Yeah.
Water with a hint of alcohol.
1 drop.
Sex in a canoe. Does anybody else have any questions?
No, not really.
He says, yes, what's that strange thing in the sky? He says, I still can't figure that out.
My questions for you.
Oh, okay.
Things that you can answer. About your dwarf friend.
He's not really my friend, he just works for me.
I'd just like to double check. You sent someone that's not your friend out with 500 gold, which is 10 years' wages, after he's worked for you for less than a year.
Yes.
And you're wondering why he's vanished.
Yes, it's strange.
I'm hearing Quest wanting to do this next payment. That's what I'm hearing.
No, because I don't care about the money. I'm here to do a job.
But you seem to be focused on this money.
No, that's what you...
You're the best person to hunt it down, I'm sure, but I'm sure someone else will have to count it.
Do you have any of his clothing? Or his axe? Or some of his beard hairs?
No, I don't.
Anything that might smell like him?
We'd find that at his apartment.
Yeah.
Unless it's been cleaned.
We'll find out when we get there.
I don't want to find out when we get there. I want something now. I don't like gratification unless it's instant.
Does he have a favourite cup that never gets washed? Does he have a,
Yes, he
a
carries it with him.
stool that he likes to sit on all the time?
There is one in the office,
Has
except he
left
takes the cover
damp
off it.
socks around.
Really?
Yeah.
This dwarf sounds like a weirdo.
Basically, what I'm hearing is that there's not much going on here.
So we should move on.
Yeah,
because obviously...
But you can
the
check
quest
his
isn't progressing.
office if you like, but then you might have to, someone might have to read his ledger and carry on his job.
Can anybody here read?
I can.
Yeah.
Good with numbers?
Not really.
I can make the beds.
Maybe.
You're good with numbers.
You want to
I hear you're good with the ladies, but numbers I'm not so sure about. I wouldn't want to count how many, chances of kids you've got.
I can probably find places where you're burning a lot of money where you could save.
Security?
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, let's go.
Actually,
I wouldn't say security. I probably would say.
I'd just like to point out the correct answer there is yes, because once you go do his job, you're not working security anymore.
Get you guys
Serving
out.
staff? Lily, perchance?
No.
Alright.
Let's go.
So actually, you should get a raise, by the way.
Alright. Apartment first, or go talk to the moneylender?
Apartment, I reckon.
Yeah, I reckon the apartment.
Alright.
Where is the apartment?
We got directions.
You've got directions to it. It's in one of the goblin living areas.
Corner of 9th and 31st Street.
Is
Wherever
that one
that
of the
is.
areas that is
Oh,
owned
I thought you were going to say
by-
corner of Stab and McStab Street.
Who knows who it's owned by? It's
Stab
hard to
Back
tell.
Street.
Yeah.
Quest would like
No,
to do a
stab
quick
and monk
sketch of
shit,
the dwarf.
Is it in
A quick
Zinch's
switch of
tenement?
the dwarf.
Yes. A quick sketch of the dwarf.
That's completely different than a switch. It was very quick.
Was not good.
Does this
Um,
look like him?
Mm,
Why are you showing us a stick figure?
Can anybody else draw the dwarf?
So it's basically this circle with what's like hair going everywhere.
What's the skill for that?
It would
and
be
we thought you were good at this whole writing, drawing stuff.
Crafting?
Crafting?
crafting.
I don't know, I try not to look at him too much.
Can you
He's pretty ugly.
can you assist somebody in their role, or do you need like 20s and shit?
You can, but the default DC is
16?
20.
Yeah, why?
You get a 16.
Yep.
Okay,
Because
so
he did gut punch me, so he got pretty close in person.
it looks very much like a humanoid.
19?
It looks very close to a dwarf.
There!
Yep, it's
21.
ugly enough to be him.
You actually made one that looked like him.
Does it actually look like him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where
that one.
his looks like a token dwarf. That one just looks like someone hairy, and that one just looks like a boar with hair.
Alright, so
We compare.
And
I'll
apparently, Kroll was
What do you mean?
not caring about drawing to not worry
Well,
about it.
are you going to go
My
talk to the
career is a
goblins?
medic. I'm not an
Nicely.
artist.
Goblin.
Yes.
So you can do a level in crafting.
I mean, you can come with me. We can
Sure.
go talk to goblins.
Sure.
You guys want to investigate the house?
But I've got no problems giving you my
Oh, this
sketch.
is not good. Okay, sure.
I sign it, you know.
What?
2 quests. Love Willy Wonka Kenobi.
Over his face.
In the dodgy
No,
town.
just at the bottom.
No, but we're going in pairs.
Okay.
See,
So
that's the
now you're
whole
going to
movie,
show
going
something
in
with writing to goblins.
I'm going to fold the bottom corner.
I just thought I'd ask that question. Did you remember doing that before writing?
Oh, I just like you like you
No,
do on a
maybe
painting.
before signing, did you remember that goblins absolutely detest any form of writing?
My character doesn't care.
City.
They're
Don't they have
goblins.
signposts?
He doesn't
They do. They're the guys who go up and rip them off.
Right.
Okay, so as you wander into that area, the smell does increase. You realise that in most of the places they toss the refuse out of the house. In the goblin zones, they don't.
Good old London.
Is that because the goblins eat it?
Hard to tell. The smell is sort of like they dump the rubbish in their houses,
Okay.
or they might be eating it.
I suspect we're in the free coin district now.
You are.
Wait, who's in the free coin district?
Yeah.
We are.
The dwarf lives in the free coin. Free
I thought we
coin.
were going 2 different
So-
ways.
No, we're all going to the same area. The goblin people are talking to goblins, and we're looking at the apartment. We're in the same
Okay.
area.
And you eventually come to the strongest looking building in the Free Coin District.
Which is saying something.
This one actually looks like you could probably burn down the rest of the district and it will stay there.
Ah, that's a
What,
feat.
was
It's
it
made
built
of
by
not
the dwarves?
Not
And
Well,
is this like the dwarven, like, where all the dwarven community lives, I guess?
Well, looking at it, it looks as if it predates most of the settlement.
Oh, okay.
You
'Cause
read,
didn't-
you
didn't
read the
you say
sign
the
that
dwarves
says diggy diggy hole.
Here, you said they were here before.
They were here before a lot of people.
Yep.
They were some of the founders.
2012 that came out.
Diggy Diggy Hole.
They've done a remix.
Who did a remix?
Came out in 2014.
The same people who did it, I think. And they've got a music video where they're going around dressed as dwarves that look like they're from Warhammer.
Yeah, no, some Windrose.
I know this because we actually drove to the coast and tried to. I tried to challenge myself with YouTube knowledge in my Yorks class. I was off by what, 2 years? I thought it was 2010 when.
No, I think
No,
you,
I said
you said
sorry. I knew when it came out, so it came out in 2012. But the reference that it came from, I said it was 2010, but it was actually 2008.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, you find this place. It does look like a dive, very much like the equivalent of someone has burnt out the building and they're still living in it. and this building looks better than every other building in the region. Can you just give me some, expectation of what you'll find?
Is everything else in here torched?
No, that's just imagine you've got a shell of a building that's been torched,
Yeah.
and then people have turned that into a living quarters.
Okay.
So basically squatters.
Yeah, yeah.
And so they actually have doors on rooms,
Wow. That's an upgrade.
whereas most of the other places have sheets.
Of the plastic variety, followed by, everything
Drop
else.
cloth. Why is that there for?
Drop cloth,
No reason.
plants, possibly some, chemicals in the back. You're alchemists.
And when they start moving you to the middle of the drop cloth,
Be worried. Be very worried about some psychotic agent that they're going to give to you.
Yeah.
Look, should I
Does it
back in
smell
my
like poison
like
to you?
an invisible door?
Back in my day, I got a cheap kidney removal for $5.
does this taste like arcane powder?
I got a free ice bath with it.
Okay, let's have a look around.
Okay, so you've got two of you who head off to talk to some of the locals. There are quite a few locals hanging around, some of them literally hanging.
Are you coming or are you investigating?
I'll come with you.
So, yeah. Have you seen this dwarf?
Are you showing him his
you
photo
show it to
or
a goblin
your
or
photo?
to-
She's
Okay.
Okay, one of them nods vigorously,
when?
points at the picture,
Oh,
holds out his hand.
Oh!
High five. Go away.
He looks at his hand and looks at you.
Oh, fine. Here, have a copper.
He brightens up and says, "More money than I had in a week," and goes off for drinking.
Grab him.
Yeah.
If you see a dwarf that looks like the picture, let us know.
He's going to point back to the picture.
No, don't point to the picture.
An actual dwarf.
If you see a live, living dwarf walking around, oh, you know what, you useless, go away.
You just figured that out halfway through the sentence.
And as he's running off, say, "I see a dwarf! I see another dwarf! I see a dwarf!" And you just see, I see a dwarf going off down the thing.
The dwarf's on the road.
Yeah.
Dwarf. Have you seen this dwarf?
Looks like it goes,
Yes, he looks like that.
"Is that Clegg?"
No.
Then no. I have a brother called Clegg who looks like that. He sort of looks like he kicked him in the nuts and then pulled his pants up.
Right.
Why don't we use his actual name to ask people where?
Oh, I'm not even
Leroy.
Yeah, Leroy.
And look at the bottom of the page, it's got a name of someone.
It's not his name. That's his name. He drew the picture.
It's
He
got your
signed
name on there too.
it.
And your actual
Leo
names.
Gelden.
Leroy Felden?
That the one.
Oh, I've heard about him. He works at the Topless Goblin.
Yes, he does. Have you seen him?
Topless Goblin?
He was had enough clothes.
This is actually the Gold Goblin. Just
Yeah. I know, I'm thinking the topic. What? Okay, cool.
he associates with them orcs, doesn't he?
Associates is a loose term.
Well, dances with them.
Fights with them.
You call that fighting? I don't call that fighting.
I know they're not dead, but I'm still fighting.
Well, they use their hands and stuff. That's not fighting. It's no fun using your hands.
Oh, don't you believe it?
I mean, it's plenty fun. You get to rip out chunks.
Yes, but the only real fighting is using your head
Okay.
or your foot.
Yeah.
I've got the nickname of Junk Punch. You know that I have down the alleyway. I can show you why.
No, I know why. He does it too.
You do. Let's get in the alleyway and we see who's got the best Junk Punch.
Is it
Yeah,
gonna-
I've been waiting for this. I wanted
Is it
a
going to
jump
help
punch
your memory with
competition.
finding this
This is like those
specific dwarf?
videos where they stand there and take it in turns punching each other in the groin.
It's like a slap competition.
Yeah.
My character thinks about it for like 3 or 4 seconds and goes,
Do it.
you know,
Do it.
I know you're playing me, but yeah, okay.
Hey, the last person that I did this spat blood for a week.
Oh, here we go.
We've got magical healing. You'll be fine.
You're just making it more and more likely that, yeah.
Of which both people with magical healing are not with you.
Okay, you guys.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
But
But I thought you was
because
gonna
you're the
use it.
newcomer, I'll let you have the first shot.
I'm more concerned with
Fine.
my wife
My
is going to
character
think when
takes
he
off
comes
off
home
his
unable
gloves,
to have kids.
off his wraps, puts them in his pocket. Basically, go.
But a couple of other
you
dwarves
shouldn't
come
do
up
it
and
in
they
the
start laying
reception.
bets.
what are the rules?
If I'm still standing, you're a wuss.
Okay.
Whoa!
Just goes up to the other dwarf and start making
Multiple.
bets.
I can punch you more than once, or only
Well,
once.
I'm expecting one punch.
Okay.
If you do multiple punches, I can do multiple punches.
So basically, whatever you give, you have to receive.
So it's going from junk punch to full on what?
So the competition is
Okay.
a junk punching competition as far as what I'm aware. However, whatever Willie does, if he doesn't drop him, he can then do in return.
But doesn't that just mean Willie can just keep punching him in the junk until the other guy falls
No,
over?
they
until he runs out of actions.
they go in turns. I think if you're doing it by chivalrous.
So as soon
No,
as
no.
Willie
Even
runs
if
out of
it is-
actions,
But
Like,
what's
Willie
when
can
he's
just-
saying I do 12 punches, then you can punch me.
No,
yeah.
because at the end of the day, if Willie does 12 punches and the dwarf falls over, next week the dwarf shows up and says, it's my turn.
yeah. I'm like,
No, because the challenge is completed. Because
and I
like
like my testicles.
like the dwarf said, if you don't drop me, you're a wuss.
Yes.
If you drop him, then save him.
No, it doesn't say so if he drops him.
Oh,
It just says if he doesn't drop him, he's a wolf.
Beautiful. Have fun.
There was no end game there.
And it was basically they get to punch each other, so no matter how it turns out, they still get to punch each other.
Someone's gonna die by punching to the junk
So
today.
I take my gloves off. My character goes right. He goes, Hadouken! And gives him a good
Yep.
punch in the nuts.
Oh god.
So do I need to roll?
Yep.
Here we go.
18 plus only 8. 26.
Okay. You get in a solid hit, not a critical hit.
Okay.
Oh.
Not far off missing.
Missing.
Wow.
Jeez, what kind of junk does this guy have?
The armoured kind.
Balls of steel.
A leveled kind.
The level.
Levels, guys.
Oh.
So what I'm hearing is, I've gone to throw the punch, he's moved.
Well, he just stood there and taken it.
It can't work like that. It
The-
can't
he-
work.
He's
like
got
that.
balls of
He's
steel.
probably like
Yeah, he
3
can.
levels higher than you.
Yeah, I know, but
He's also probably been punched enough that...
he's got no ball bag.
Yeah.
Or he practices with a steel rod.
Oh.
It's all receded.
And if you notice the conversation,
Oh.
Well, don't worry, there are some martial
That
artists who
hurts.
figure out how to do
Yeah.
it in such a way that they don't get hurt.
Yes.
And if someone who does this for a hobby,
Yeah, he did also say
So-
that his brother...
It's like that weird. It's like
Looks
that
like this
weird
when he gets hit
Japanese
in the
thing
balls.
where they
Yeah.
attach weights to their testicles. Like, why?
and he sort of has this tear come out of his eye and this happy look on his face.
That's the best hit he's felt in a while.
Okay.
This is why you're.
That's very worrying.
This is why you're still called Buttshot, because the name is already taken.
Now what you need to do is when he swings, just turn around and take it to the butt.
And he says this would be so much more satisfying than punching through concrete.
Oh.
You're talking it up. I like it.
Oh, here we go.
oh boy.
Is it
Give me a
flashing
Okay,
lights?
so he hits a 35.
That's certainly a critical,
Oh.
being that I'm second level.
That hurts. You've definitely got tears. You're blacking a bit. Give me a fortitude saving throw.
Oh, no more kids.
Yeah. I don't want kids to start with. But anyway.
Is this a blessing in disguise, or?
Actually, I have no idea.
Oh, no.
A 12.
A 12.
Okay,
Do you want to reroll that? How do we have reroll?
So yes, you do fall over. You will be walking like you're riding a horse for a little while.
Yeah.
And now you can say you've literally been young punched.
That's right.
On the bright side, you call it horse style. We won't know the difference.
And, he's happy to teach you how to do it better.
But the problem is, it's not horse
Okay.
style. He hates
I'm happy
horses.
to learn. My character's all about the learning experience.
So this is the martial artist of the Riddleport.
Oh.
Dirty fighting martial art. So after probably
it's right up your
25 minutes, half an hour, my character goes, I think I can get up now.
That's okay. That they come and give you some nice a nice beer. I think you've finished it.
I have. I just rearranged something.
They
Oh,
fall
yeah.
out.
So
No, just one dice.
I'll put
That's
my
it.
Where did the dice come from?
I'll use the beer to cradle my unmentionables.
Yep.
And after a while, I'll put my gloves back on again.
He sits there and has a beer while you're recovering.
Every now and again, like I'll have it resting against my nads, and then I'll like put it back on my nads. Oh, it feels so good. Oh.
Yes. It always hurts the first time.
It's not the first time, but that really hurt.
You need to learn from this guy.
Oh boy.
Quick, split the party. Go learn with this guy.
So what was this guy's name? Like,
Junk punch.
it's actually Junk
That's
Punch.
the name he goes by.
This is why you're still buttshot, because the name was taken.
But you missed the important side.
Yeah, you try to put the username.
No, I heard what he was saying.
You tried to put the username in Junk Punch. It was already taken.
Yeah. Junk Punch 69.
Also taken.
Oh, we shall jump punch together.
Junk Punch 2.0.
No.
The improved
It's-
return junk punch.
No, it's Junk Punch 0.1.
My character's been talking to this guy in Dwarvish, by the way.
He speaks Dwarvish.
'Cause
He's a
I'm-
dwarf.
I'm a natural speaker of the Dwarvish language.
Your tones is a bit higher.
It certainly is now. And maybe not a little bit higher at the moment. Maybe quite a lot
A
higher.
lot higher.
Do we need to take you to the opera so you can blend in?
What do they call it? A castrato.
But on the
No.
bright side now,
Falsetto.
all the street thugs will now know you.
I think falsetto is the highest you can go.
Anyone who
Castrato
walks like
is-
you, they
is
won't go
more
anywhere
who
near.
you are because they've castrated you.
Yeah,
Which
but
is the idea-
you're currently talking in a falsetto,
Oh,
which
very
is
likely.
the tone of
Very likely.
up there.
And so going back to Quest, apparently that they were talking about how this guy is one of the demolitionists of the city. He
Yeah.
knocks down the old buildings with his fists.
The guy he just.
Got
Yeah.
punched in the nads with by.
No, I believe that. I could tell by the way his face was set that he uses his face on concrete. Have you seen this dwarf?
Go. He looks at it and goes, yeah, that's the grumpy old guy who lives in the...
I'm sorry.
Who comes from the Gold Goblin.
Yes, he is. Have you seen him in like the last 24 hours?
No.
No. Any of you?
Haven't seen him much since he lost his clan dagger. He doesn't like to socialise with those of us who still have one.
You mean real dwarves?
Yeah.
Right. How long ago was that?
He lost it in some sort of card game to Soul.
He lost it to Soul.
Really?
That's why he works for Soul.
Is his clan dagger in the bloody safe all along?
Quite possibly, yes.
Yeah.
Just clarifying. If a dwarf regains their clan dagger after the fact, do they become a dwarf again?
Well, they can then return home. They're not allowed to return home without it.
Right.
It's like forgetting your keys.
Well, no, thank you. That does help. I'll take that off my theory list.
Still a pretty good theory.
Well, no, because he could have gone into the safe when the Percys were getting attacked. Because the two guards of the safe went and saved them.
He's been locked in the safe the
how do you
entire
detect
time.
lies on?
Dun, dun, dun. Hello.
How do you-
Dun,
Yeah,
dun,
can I?
dun.
Like when they say no, we haven't seen him in the
No,
last
but,
24
like,
hours.
they-
Can
he
you run out
literally
detect lies or an insight or?
Well, it's quite obvious because they don't even think about it.
Right. Okay.
So,
Fine.
have you seen? Nah. It's like one of those. Do you like to sit down on boiling lava? It's like nah. That sort of nah.
So when was the last time you saw him?
Last time I saw him, I went to the Gold Goblin about 2 or 3 months ago and laughed at him.
That checks out.
Yeah, so we saw him more
Thank you
recently.
for your time. Here's something for the show. He flicks silver to the dwarf that just punched Quilly.
He thanks you and gives you a thumbs up. His fists, sort of look about
Like
Big-
pie plates.
yeah, but basically yes. So that they wouldn't be
You got punched in the nuts by a bowling ball, basically.
that they wouldn't be out of place on a larger creature.
Yeah, bowling balls.
Quest is just going to go down the street and ask people if they've seen that dwarf. And try not to hand out too much
And
money.
not the 6-pound variety. The
Well, hey, when you've got a name like that, you get to show it off. Okay, so you guys find yourself at the dwarf's quarters. The door's open. The lock's broken.
place is ransacked.
Nope.
Open door.
You open the door. There's a snoring person on the bed. Goblin.
So Goblin's like literally just kicked in the door to squat in the
We'll find out. I wake the goblin up. I tell Jamie Goblin, what the hell are you doing here? You're not a dwarf.
He looks at you. What?
Hello. Hello. What are you doing here?
Sleeping.
You don't know this place?
He looks around. Not my place.
No.
My place now. Good night.
You want to drag a goblin out?
Sure. Why not?
Okay. Did you grab him by the foot?
Oh, I'll probably pick him up.
Okay.
I'm gonna step aside and let them do their thing.
Where do you grab him by?
Jump.
Either the arm or the back, or like they don't really have a scruff, do they?
No.
Yeah, I should probably just buy the arm.
Just fireman's carry him.
I don't even need to do that.
Just
Give me
one-
an athletics
So
check.
you grab one arm, just grab between the legs, and just go up on your shoulders, and then we're going this way.
Puts its mouth too close to you.
That's not good. Can I re-roll
You can, or you can keep the roll.
it?
It's funnier if you do it.
Yeah, please do.
Well, literally failed to pick up a fucking goblin. No thanks.
No, do it. No, do it.
No.
Do it. Well, that's not better.
Well, it's kind of cocked. So
Well, that's gonna land on a. Nah, that's gonna.
I'm gonna say that's
This is the
cocked.
point of dice rolls, like the dice towers, that they don't end cocked.
It is, but it also means you don't lose them off the table.
I mean, that was 90% on a 1 by that stage.
No, that was gonna be a 19. It really
Hang on.
was.
You know the way to tell is if you can balance another dice on it, it's not cocked.
Well, it was balanced. So that was an 8. So it was balanced like
It was not. It so wasn't.
it was balanced
so
like
wasn't.
that. Like just. It was.
No, it
It
wasn't.
was. So was.
So what did you get?
Athletics.
Mm-hmm.
16. Yes.
You hoist him up and drag him out. You sleep through the whole thing. But there is a stream as you drag him out.
Scream.
Stream.
Good thing I stepped aside.
It's having a wet dream right now.
Right.
So
He's
once
dreaming
you
of
get him out the
rivers.
front door, dump on the balustrade. I'm gonna slap him.
Yeah, I just get him out of the apartment and go back in
You
and
slap him?
look.
Okay. There's a loud sound of flatulence and a splatter.
And splat.
And then he throws up. Smell of alcohol is strong.
I dump him outside and I go back and investigate the
There are about 3 or 4 empty bottles in here
And that's it?
with labels from the Gold Goblin.
Okay.
Ah, guy breaks in and starts drinking our dwarven buddy's stash.
Would I,
Unless
other than
it's
noticing how,
dwarven
I'm
buddy
guessing he's
drank.
had more than what's in the apartment.
Unless it's
Well,
just
you
like
don't
more
know.
than what you drank
You're
previously.
outside. I'm looking in the apartment.
Well, one
But
bottle will
he's
be enough
three
to take
reeks
a
of
lot of people.
alcohol.
Yeah, but you didn't see the bottles.
Okay. Blind knowledge on how much he's had to drink.
Way too much.
Beautiful. I'll drag him to the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Downstairs.
Push him down the stairs.
What's up, buddy?
Okay.
It's not his apartment.
He starts rolling down the stairs.
Bounce, bounce.
He can sleep down there now.
In the gutter, where he belongs.
Okay. There's a crunching sound as he hits the bottom.
Oh.
Tally up another one, big fella.
Well, if anyone was going to do it, this is your town. So,
Yeah.
You know, you can probably get away with it. So,
So he's lying on his stomach looking at you.
Looking at me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Non-responsive?
Well, when
Wow.
he's lying on his stomach and he's looking at you.
It's kind of bad.
Yeah.
Especially when you're at the top of the stairs.
I'll walk down the stairs and go over his eyes.
Yep.
Any response?
No.
Medicine roll to see what's happened.
Let's see. Give me a medicine roll and see if your character can actually understand it.
You just killed him by rolling him down the stairs,
Yep.
didn't you?
21.
21. You think the neck twisted around the wrong way is bad.
Oh, so
Hey,
he's
that's
butt
bad.
in the air with his head.
Yes.
Ah, got it now.
Yes!
Yes!
Lying on his
And
stomach.
Cole's just standing here going,
Looking
what
at
did
you.
you work this out? Like, his head's the wrong way.
You're still in the apartment, shouldn't you? Okay, walk back up the stairs back into the apartment. No one question this. Please.
Nobody else knows yet.
Until they walk past the stairs.
Quest comes up the stairs going, hey! There's a dead goblin at the bottom of the stairs.
Go about a block away.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Kroll and Doos are investigating the room. What are you doing? Besides finding the bottle and the vomit and the pee and the rest of the stuff that the goblin left around the room as you marked his territory.
Oh, great.
Because we know all about that.
So basically any kind of scent of our main guy is ruined.
I guess start looking around.
Everything's a bit wet with pee or alcohol.
Is it like a single room?
So it's like basically a single room with a door that was lockable.
Right. I think this lock was busted before.
We can't tell though.
Coming back to the door,
Mm-hmm.
how long has the door been unlocked
Give me an investigate roll.
for?
I start looking around like the
Yeah, so
floorboards.
making sure I've got the right. It might be perception. Yeah, I do too many different systems, so perception
Yeah.
is this one.
Yep.
That's right.
Investigate is Tuesday.
I guess it looked like if the goblin got booze, where did he get it from in this place? Was it like under floorboards, or was there a cabinet, or?
Looking around, you don't see anywhere where it could have come from, unless he brought it with him.
I rolled a 16 on hearing to try and knock on the walls and see if I can hear any different like hollow walls.
Well, most of
This
these,
buried in the walls?
most of the walls here are made out of stone, so which is why the place has stood up for so long.
Okay.
That's
so
why I
I'll
was
go
looking on
yeah.
like the floor to see if there was like a
Yeah, just wanted to
handle.
make sure that this particular one
I
wasn't
presume that's a
modified.
perception.
And you couldn't
Okay.
find any secret doors or traps,
Cool.
trapdoors
That's fine.
anywhere here. So even the bedding here is looking like it was different.
Yep, back on the door.
Mhm.
As I rock back up.
You look at the door, the lock.
Yeah, 13.
13. You think you could probably have kicked this in?
Goblin though?
Goblin? You think Quest could?
Saying something.
Hard to tell about the goblin you just killed, but
Okay. No special goblins.
Might just point out that Quest has a strength of -1.
yes, I say Quest probably
How
would.
about how about the one that broke its neck just falling down the stairs?
Hard to tell.
He'd tell you, but he can't right now.
Maybe you should resurrect him.
I don't have that.
No.
Surely we can run a resurrection ritual. It can't be that hard.
Yeah, how hard could it be, really? Come on.
They do it
How
all
is
the
he?
time
How
in
is
churches.
he to reincarnate?
You just get them in a car and drive them off a cliff, and that's reincarnate.
Oof.
I might drag him to that temple.
Yes, I'm sure the head.
And then you hear someone say, "There's meat on the menu again."
God.
Well, somebody once told me you are what you eat.
Who yelled that?
Probably
Who?
other goblins.
That the meat on the menu. Well, if you took it to the temple, that's what might be what they say.
Oh, okay. I thought someone just yelled at meat on the menu down below. Looking over the balcony, do I see any other goblins?
Yeah, you see two goblins currently dragging the dead goblin away.
Roughly same stature.
Yeah, roughly same stature.
Taking two of them.
Yeah.
To carry one body.
But they're not making any noise while doing it.
Oh no, I understand that.
Keep in mind these are just wooden doors against
But
rock.
there's a lock on it, which is the next thing. So I'm trying to think. Flat intelligence roll to see if a goblin of that stature could break this lock. Not good.
It could. It'd be noisy, but it could. Why not do it first go? But a determined goblin would get through.
It's free living. Who wouldn't in this kind
Well,
of
it doesn't
area?
make sense.
They'd have to know it's not there though.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Was
I'm-
the door actually kicked in though? Because you'd see a broken lock.
Well, that's what Parry's more swinging towards. Parry's more swinging towards the fact that these goblins, usually when it comes to locks and fences, will more likely kill themselves on the lock and the fence before they usually get things through.
And looks
So
like,
what? Yeah,
it does look as if the door may have been unlocked.
unlocked. So the lock's intact. It's not
The lock's been broken.
Oh. But it's been unlocked.
So it could be made to look like a robbery, but actually it's not. They need persons.
So basically,
But
Yeah.
only by looking closely would you notice that. Otherwise, you just looks like someone kicked it in.
but I'm more going on the, like I didn't look closely because perception and stuff. I'm going on the fact that base goblins around here other than Quest, not overly smart. They'll most likely kill themselves on the door before they get through the door.
You're lucky I'm not here around to hear that.
I said, you're not Quest. Quest is a special goblin.
I know.
Well,
he's the
actually, he'll
high
actually
base
use his
goblin.
foot rather than his head.
So, but this place, other than the pee and the poo from the goblin, looked relatively, I guess, clean before.
Looked like there were no debris from what a dwarf would have left behind.
So it's definitely being cleaned up or cleaned out. But we have no way of detecting anything now, really.
Well, Sol told you that when his associate went and checked, that it had been cleaned out.
Yeah, but his associate's a Percy, like you can't really rely on a Percy.
So basically, we've confirmed that Percy actually did his job properly.
I know.
For what?
This is why I want to
Perception
know
on
which
whether
one
this
it
is
was.
It's quite possible that Percy could have kicked the door in quite easily.
True.
I'm basically going to Sherlock Holmes this now. Perception on whether this is a professional clean or I've got all the gold I need, I'm going to pack up and leave clean.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, that's going to be hard to tell through all the goblin piss and
Simple
stuff now.
things, personal items being not here. And
But that's the thing, there is nothing here apart from the pea and the pears.
Which means it's a professional plan. If you're running away with 500 gold, you don't take everything in the place.
You don't need everything. You can just walk out with 500 gold and
Yeah.
rebuy everything.
So you don't even need to waste a roll on that. We can clearly
Beautiful.
see this place was clean before the goblin decided that it was a perfect spawning spot.
They give me an intelligence check anyway.
intelligence check.
I'll make a survival check.
Survival check.
All of us or just Parry?
Parry, because Parry was doing the investigation.
Yeah, right.
Because if he fails, you could always ask someone else to do it.
Yeah, because I know we were all kind of looking at it.
I might take a reroll on that one.
That looks better.
21.
Okay. Having a look around, it does look as if most of the alcohol was lost on the floors and walls before the goblin pee and living and the goblin moving in.
So they've attempted to clean this place down with alcohol.
And that's where the bottles were emptied, more on the walls and floor. And you think the goblins got drunk on pretty much
Licking everything.
Joy.
and the fumes of the place.
And if it's our liquor or whatever, we should know how flammable it is.
Time to find out. No, obviously not.
Wouldn't take more than a spark to set it off.
Yeah, no.
More to the point, we need to go back and look at the alcohol stocks when we get back to the gold
So
goblin.
he's been met with obviously foul play at this stage. He's probably been taken somewhere.
Or he's gone out of his way to make it hard for someone to track him by not having any form of evidence that they can use to chase him with. There's no hair fire, there's no piece of him left, no smell of him.
That's one of the more important bit.
So probably
Well, unless he's hired someone else to do that for him, that's very unlikely.
I wouldn't say it's unlikely. He has 500 gold coins. He could do whatever the hell he likes. If that's what's happened, I reckon we go to the money.
Why are we
loan.
chasing this guy again?
We've been asked to by our current employer.
I reckon now that we've looked at this place and kind of deduced he's either met with foul play or he's left of his own volition. We can't quite work that out yet. We go to the money lender and ask if he ever got there. If he didn't, then that's where we need to start looking further. Because we're not going to get much more out of this place, I don't think. We need to find out whether he even went to this money lender with anything. Or... Because he's the one more likely to lie to
Do you have
us.
any background into this person?
The blender?
No, as in the person who we're hunting.
You knew he was a surly dwarf who had basically lost his clan dog. He didn't really give you much of his background. He didn't really talk to you.
But no, not in terms of that. So in Riddleport, did he have like a favourite spot other than his living quarters, or did he have any other?
We didn't.
Like, did we all?
Saul
Like, did
didn't say
he
anything to me else.
hang out with mates for a drink at a certain bar? Or?
Before he lost his clan dagger, he did, but after that, he became kind of a recluse by the sound of it.
He basically became the equivalent of a slave of Saul's by losing his dagger to Saul.
Do Willie and Quest find anything else on the street by asking around?
Asking around, you find out that he wasn't really, hasn't really been seen for about a day. That they hadn't really, no one had witnessed him or anything like that. Give me a social roll to see how well you can chase things down.
Sorry,
Social. I think there is a
Society, you mean?
society roll.
Oh, no,
Society
it is
roll,
a
yeah.
Society. Oh, for God's sake.
14.
That one.
Do you want to use your net one?
It's quest, so why not?
Sure.
Okay, so as you're going around asking questions, a dwarf says, I've got that person who can answer anything you want. You just got to come down this alleyway. And you recognise the alleyway as she's leading you down it,
Do I recognise the dwarf?
as he's leading you towards him. He says, all you're going to do is just meet a challenge and he'll answer anything.
Anything?
Yeah.
Truthfully?
Of course.
With facts or to the best of his knowledge?
His best of his knowledge is fact. You can bank on it, he says.
Oh god, here we go
This is
again.
a dwarf saying it?
Yes.
Can I get you to write that down?
For sure. With fact, he does it in nice English script.
Does that mean if you can't do it, you're going to hand over your dagger to my friend here?
No, it says he will answer it to his best of his knowledge. And that's a
No.
fact.
You said.
And his knowledge is fact.
What do you think?
Oh, you punch the junk. By all means.
I think you should put 20 gold on the dwarf.
20 gold on the dwarf.
Nobody's going to cover my bet.
I'll cover you that.
So you're going to pay him money for you getting punched in the
No,
nuts.
no.
That's
No,
okay.
I'll say I'll put 20 gold down to say the dwarf is going to win the challenge.
Yes, but nobody's going to back that bet. Nobody's going to go, oh yeah, I think you're going to win. Because everybody knows the dwarf's going to win. So you'll want to place the bet.
Hang on.
Everyone will go, nah.
Does that mean that you lied to me earlier saying that you hadn't seen him since he lost his clan dagger?
What was that? He never gave me the question. You were jumping into this thing. You had things you wanted to ask, and I was bringing you to the person who answers questions.
Right, so I find the guy who answers questions.
Yeah, and that's the guy over there. All you gotta do is meet his challenge, and then you can ask your question.
The guy that punched, what's his name in the halls?
Yeah.
We've already asked him this question.
So he didn't get to punch you in the balls then. You've asked the question.
No,
Well, if you already asked the question, then he hasn't had the punch.
I haven't accepted the challenge.
But you've said you already asked the question.
No,
You can't have the chicken before the egg here.
You can have a chicken before the egg. It's just not a chicken. It's a lizard.
Well, you can't have a question without a punch. Then it's not a question.
I
He
didn't agree
did
to that.
get punched. He's probably still
He's been
rolling on the
punched.
floor.
He's currently nursing it with a
I
beer.
don't think this is legally binding. I'm going to walk back down the alley now, thank you.
That's okay. Nothing's legally binding for a goblin anyway.
I'm glad we agree. Bye. And Quest will hightail it back down.
And so while you're asking questions, the guy actually answers you, saying that there have been at least 2 dwarven bodies show up in the streets overnight. He doesn't know who they were, but they've been. But the bodies never turned up anywhere.
They didn't turn up anywhere.
They didn't turn up anywhere. So they didn't turn up in the river. They didn't turn up left on the street. But there are reports that these 2 dwarves being taken out on the streets.
So, okay.
Okay. Well, I will thank him greatly for the information. How many dwarves are there at the moment?
In the alleyway, about 3 or 4.
Okay. Is there a pub nearby?
Yep.
Well, I walk out.
That's where they got your beer from.
I walk by.
You waddle by.
Yeah, well, waddle. Yeah.
You notice a couple of the other people, dwarves in the alleyway, also waddle the way you do.
Therion.
I will.
What's up, buddy?
I'll walk past
I
you.
picked you up
Give you the
before.
information.
So Stefan, could you turn the outside lights on for Ariadne?
We walk into the bar. My character goes up to the bar and
The
says,
barman puts a beer down on the thing for you, saying, "You've earned this.
"Thank you."
You've met Junk Punch."
Thank you. Well, I'd actually like to buy a round of drinks for Junk Punch and his buddies, if that's alright.
Sure, they send lots of work my way.
I picked you up before.
Um,
Being a big little bomber.
I want to buy the good stuff.
Oh, you didn't mind it last time.
The stuff that takes away the pain from where you've been punched. So we gotta have some stuff that's considered very therapeutic.
It's something that Junk
You
Punch,
just soak your stuff in it and you don't feel it anymore.
something that Junk Punch enjoys to drink.
Oh, that. He likes it spicy.
That's alright. So a round of that for Him and his 4 buddies, did you say?
Mhm.
What's that going to cost me?
We'll set you back a silver.
Is that all?
It's expensive stuff.
Okay.
Nudge.
That's a lot of money.
Most of our drinks go for a copper.
Ah.
Where do you buy your stuff from? Are you rolling in money?
I'm not. But I've heard that the drinks from the Golden Goblin are very expensive.
Yeah, but they're watered down. We don't water our stuff down.
Actually, that's very true. I've heard that as well. That is very true, actually.
I've never had one of my clientele get drunk there.
It's funny, I never got drunk there.
Yeah,
either.
actually, that's a good point. I never Yeah. Okay.
I got laid there.
Shut up, you! Everyone gets laid there.
And when he goes, is that Parry? Doesn't he get laid everywhere?
You, sir, are correct.
You know what? Let's
You're
throw
not
a drink
even-
in there for him too.
I can hear this.
Yeah.
Better be careful. He might say, did you see my sister recently?
Who's your sister?
Oh. So you guys at the bar now too?
Yeah, they've wandered around. It's this. He gives you a name. Go. Do you remember your names? Give me a memory test.
Memory
Yep,
test.
intelligence.
Flex-
I'll make the rule saving throw. See
Flex-
how well
Will
you're
save- saving
Flex
throw.
one arm.
That's
I know
very
that's
nice.
mine.
Jesus
Do I still need to do the roll?
No, it's him trying to remember the name of the girls he's been with.
Oh.
26.
Yes, you remember her.
Christ. He's got a...
You remember her multiple times.
I'm pretty sure we have...
Don't tell me, silly.
No,
Good. Okay.
it's one of her friends.
Did Lily invite them?
Well, they might have been there at the same time.
I'm also pretty sure in canon we've established that you write down everyone you've had sex with, along with a detailed description of what it was like.
You've got a journal left back in your room that they read. That's still sticky.
So what was the initial question again? Did I...
Have you seen the sister or his sister or something?
Were you the one who got her pregnant?
No.
You sure about that?
Definitely.
Yes. I can
I've never had
I can
sex with
honestly
your sister.
say that out of the amount of times I've had sex, I've impregnated no one. I'm pretty sure this thing is here for pleasure and doesn't work other than that.
And a familiar face sticks in. No, he's the daddy.
Oh!
No, I wrote a thesis on it. Study if the cipher gate makes you sterile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've had so much contact with the cipher gate.
Oh yeah, cipher medias are prestigious to have in the family.
They never inherit anything.
It's not like there's much to inherit here either.
Is there a way to do a magical paternity test?
Yep.
No.
Divination. Who's the father?
Oh, so you just have to.
Riddle pot.
You just have to damn it.
Yeah, real point.
Everyone, what?
The blot in the sky.
The blot in the skies.
Well, I'm sure your thesis will say the blot in the sky has got everyone pregnant this well.
I probably would, yes. Not my fault. Like I said, outside this town.
Give me a deception check.
What was it?
It's an
Deception.
auspicious sign to be
Deception?
born
This
under.
Oh,
deception.
deception.
Sign of the junk punch.
17.
Okay, he just nods his head and goes, you must have got confused with another person. Maybe you were drinking too much.
Is this
To his daughter. Yeah, could have been. There were 3 other guys.
Oh God.
Listen, the amount of times I've been in the Pathfinder, the amount of days I've been with the Paracountess, and everything that's gone on there and she's not pregnant, I'm pretty sure that's for pleasure, nothing
No,
else.
she's
I
probably
have
just
no
romantic
reproductive...
deception.
Oh,
She has many magical means of protection.
Did you just say that in character?
What?
What you just said.
oh no, I openly stated that.
Okay.
I said that at the bar. Listen, Yes, I've probably slept with your daughter, but seriously, I'm all for pleasure, and there's no reproduction out of me whatsoever.
He
Why are you
shoots.
writing
He,
that
he,
down?
he shoots blanks.
You should get that checked out. Luckily, we've got the best cleric in the region here.
Yeah.
And so the moment you go, you should get that checked out at the Temple of Callistria. I'm sure that they can sort that all out for you.
On my way. Leave for the Temple of Callistria. It's my favourite place.
What is this place called?
This place, they have no sign.
No sign.
The bar.
No sign bar.
It's a bar on Rat Street.
It's probably
The junk
Nick.
punch bar.
I was about to say it's probably nicknamed the Junk Punch Bar.
Alright.
I call
The
it
Junk Punch gang hang out here.
Ah,
I call it Junk Bar instead.
Alright.
They're all junkers.
Rather than junkies.
So, what did you guys find?
The place looks cleaned out in a more
You see a
professional
goblin
way
being dragged
than
across the street
someone just
into one of the
walking
bakeries.
away. The door was kicked in though. That could have been the Percy. But the walls. Harry said the walls were cleaned with alcohol from the Golden Goblin.
So, when you said the door was kicked in, so, like, the wood on the door was broken, or the lock was broken?
The lock
or-
was broken, but we couldn't determine when that happened. Whether it was Percy, whether that was someone earlier, or whether it was the goblin that isn't quite a goblin anymore.
What was the door made of?
Wood.
Can I roll an intelligence check on that?
You probably could. Let's see if you can. Apparently not. So.
Yeah, sure. Sounds legit.
So we're thinking of going to the money lender.
So
to
the answer
see
is no, you can't.
going to the money lender place and seeing if this guy like ever turned up or if anyone there has seen him. And they would probably be more likely to lie to us, which we could then detect.
So after about 2 minutes of your discussion, you're hearing someone going, sausages, fermented sausages for sale,
Oh God.
from across the street.
Oh no.
What did you find out?
No, Martin, why?
Because it's goblins. What else do you
Found out.
expect?
Oh, people died, but
Couple of
bodies haven't
dwarves.
shown up.
Yeah.
So we've got a record of dwarves being killed, but no bodies.
There's really any bodies in this neighborhood.
We've got word of dwarves being killed, but no bodies.
Hmm.
It's not record because you got no bodies to prove that.
I've got it written down. It's a record.
So what did you say
I mean,
this alleyway
I'm pretty
was
sure it's
called?
all verbal.
It
to
was,
Lily at the
um,
moment.
It was the Rat alleyway. Oh, Rat Street, actually. Rat
On
Street.
Rat Street.
And they call it the Punch alleyway.
Ah.
Yep.
It did have another name, but no one really remembers that.
I'm going to walk over to the mystery meat seller.
Mm-hmm.
And what's he selling?
He's selling sausages.
I follow.
I'll buy a sausage.
Yep. And he says, how many sausages would you like, sir?
Just the one,
You want it cooked or
please.
Okay.
Oh,
They're all prepared, ready to go.
can I have two?
Freshly ground up. Yep.
Can I have one cooked and one not cooked?
Sure. The cooked one will take a few minutes while I cook it up.
That's all right. Thank you.
You hear him sort of stoking something up and getting a nice hissling sound of freshly cooked stuff. Would you like that sliced up as well?
No, I'll just take it as comes.
Okay. He hands you a sausage on a stick,
Cool.
and he
The uncooked one?
The cooked one.
Okay. What about the uncooked one?
And the uncooked one, he said, "Do you want that on a stick too?"
Please.
Okay, he shoves that on a stick. So you got a cooked and an uncooked sausage on a stick.
Awesome. How much does he want for it?
He says, "For the two of them, I don't know, copper."
Cool. Done.
Oh, your money bags today.
Let's just say you're part of an experiment as I take a big bite out of the cooked one.
Tastes nice.
Does it?
It's got this really sort of like alcohol blend to it.
Mm. Nom, 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 nom.
Can I grab the same as you, please?
You want some too?
Yeah.
Have you got money too?
Copper?
Come on. Oh, okay. So you how many do you want?
2.
You want 2?
How many can I get for a copper?
5.
I'll have 5.
Okay. See, Moneybags over there doesn't care.
I'll have 2 cooked, 3 uncooked.
Okay.
So I finish the cook on.
Yep.
I'll give it like while they're cooking up the sausages and that sort of stuff. I stand around waiting. I've got the uncooked one in my hand.
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, yep. And then once they're all cooked up, ready to go, and he gets handed the cooked ones and the uncooked ones, I'll eat the uncooked.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. Give me a perception roll.
I want to fail. Can I do that?
Sure. Okay. Something gets caught, but you just swallow it down.
Yeah, why not?
Kind of important.
No.
Okay, so yes, you've got 3 cooked and 2 uncooked.
The other way.
Oh, okay.
2 cooked, 3
2 cooked and 3 uncooked. Yep.
Um,
All on sticks.
we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you want another one?
No, thank you.
Right, so I guess we'll get back into the bar and cooked or uncooked.
You can have mine.
Cooked or uncooked.
I'll pass, thank you.
Yes, just wait for Harry to come back and it'll be fine. So he ran off to Cool Street, didn't he?
Yes, you did.
Cooked or uncooked?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
All
I've had my
for
two.
you.
Let's just start eating it.
What about the puppy?
This is the puppy one.
Oh god, probably.
He's looking at you.
Does
It-
the puppy eat cooked or uncooked?
Puppy just nods.
Probably just both.
As you wave him around, he's going.
Alright, I'll give the puppy 1 cooked, 1 uncooked.
He's both.
And
The-
Chris will start
the-
eating his.
There's probably like not.
And you'll leave 1 uncooked for Harry.
So, Quest has a present for you when you get back to the party.
Sausage!
I'll look at it.
It is a sausage.
It's an uncooked sausage.
It is.
It tastes pretty good.
Uncooked?
Yeah, even uncooked, they taste pretty good.
He hasn't thrown up yet, so.
No. They're pretty good.
I'm not. If Willie says it's good, no.
Tastes like it's being fermented in alcohol.
That's the best way to cure a sausage.
Does it trigger any memories?
Yeah,
It probably tastes like
Survival
alcohol.
check to figure out what meat it is.
Sure.
12.
Gamey meat.
Gamey. Okay.
It has a bit of taste to it. So some sort of predatory sort of creature.
Some sort of what?
Predatory creature that eats other animals.
Yeah, I was about to just say that describes most.
Tastes like crocodile.
Oh boy.
But hey, that is what most the herbivores generally don't taste as well as the predators. For that reason.
As I said, somebody once told me that you are what you eat.
Mm-hmm.
Did you start like shrinking and turning into a goblin?
Is your beard growing bigger?
He doesn't look like he's turning green either.
Mm.
But hey, sausages aren't necessarily made
What,
up of the
what
meat.
actually, if it tastes like coffee, I want to know what kind of sausage it is.
You want to know what sort of sausage it is? We think it's ground up bits of some sort of animal. Normally the bits that you can't fry or use elsewhere.
Which
Lips,
is-
noses, assholes, that sort of thing.
No, livers are actually useful on their own. Liver on a stick is a delicacy. This is medieval times,
A
remember?
meat that's
Yeah.
too fatty to properly.
So it's probably got like brain and
Stomach and
stomach
No, 'cause
and
brain you can eat too.
yeah, but they often grind that for sausage as well.
It's
'cause
waste
a
not,
good
want
filler.
not in this city.
Oh yeah. They'll
Brain
turn
is
everything but the
delicacy.
soul into food.
Oh, no, and they'll turn the skin
Brain?
into food as well. Or
No, the
clothing.
soul.
The soul.
Everything but the soul becomes food.
I know,
you can
there
eat saucy
are-
meat too.
There are demons and devils around.
In the city?
Yeah.
I thought, wasn't the city...
Oh, your wife's here?
No. This city has all sorts because it's a pirate town.
Really? Yes, it.
Considering in the place where you are
Just
currently
standing
residing
around
has an imp.
Walmart, basically.
So an imp is a devil. or demon. One of the, I can't even remember which ones. One of the two.
Remember
Well,
how we were
they
told
eat souls.
not to be surprised at what we saw in Riddleport? This is probably
Oh.
why.
We ate some weird stuff in Magnamar, and that was alright. So, you know.
Yeah, but that was.
You do think that the cooked was better than the uncooked?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's
Your stomach now feels about as unsettled as it was when you were kicked.
That's okay. It'll go away eventually, I'm sure.
It's probably just, you know, like aftershock.
So, what did you say?
About now.
I did say yes.
No.
Natural one? Okay. You want to keep that?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so you are sick in the middle of the pub.
Hang on, does he
So
start,
I'm sitting there just like being relaxed,
Does he
going.
start to look peaky?
He basically has the effects of gastro in the pub.
I
No
start,
waiting.
I start feeling
Ooh,
bad, and I
okay.
go, oh, I'm starting to feel really.
How's he feeling? Better.
No better.
Better get a bucket.
The seller from across the street comes over for bucket.
Complimentary buckets, sir.
No, he's collecting it to put in more sausages later. Oh.
So, what was in your meat?
Bit of everything. It's a bitzer.
Isn't that a breed of dog?
There's a dog like that? That would be fantastic. Can you find me one?
Just look.
What
Not around here. You got to leave the pub first.
Yeah, I swear to God, if he looks at Puppy would probably bite him in the face.
Just you want if you find a dog in this
It
pub,
either goes,
you can't put it in a sausage.
is that still alive? I've never seen a living one before.
Puppy probably growls at him.
Poppy sort of looks at him strangely.
If you get too close, you get to see it real close, like from the inside. And not the
What's that
front.
like?
I don't know. I haven't tried it
Why not?
because it's painful.
Why does that stop you? Are you a goblin? Or an orc? Or an in-between? A tweener? A twark?
You can leave now.
Okay. He takes his bucket full.
Oh no, I don't want it. No.
Yuck.
And about 10 minutes later, there's a stew! I got a stew going!
What a parry.
Ooh, stew.
Yeah, give it about half hour.
So by that stage, when he says there's a stew, give me a fortitude save.
That's why I said yes. I did that deliberately.
Non-natural 20.
No natural 20.
Oh, 16, right?
Well, if you can't tell, you're rolling the wrong dice.
Because the one
one
is
isn't-
like half faded.
The one hasn't
Like,
imprinted
no
properly.
They didn't print it properly.
Have a look at that.
The one hasn't imprinted on it
And that's
properly.
what it landed on.
So it's a 6 then.
It's a 6.
Yes, the dice is 2 6s.
So the 16 is just...
Whoa.
It's funny.
So it's a non-natural 20 because I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
there's
so
an underline
you
on
don't know
it.
what's wrong with the others, but that sat pretty well with
Oh,
you.
sorry, the 6 has got a dot next to it. So
That was quite a nice sausage.
You mean the others? You mean just
what's
him?
it out again?
Because he's a goblin. He's got a stomach of steel.
Cast iron.
And I'm just weird.
Well, you grew up here.
And
You're used to it.
and Dooza
My home delicacy.
didn't eat it out
Eating
of.
goblins that I've murdered.
'Cause I'm
This
pretty
goes
sure
out.
that's
Is
the
your
direction
name
the
Dibbler?
goblin
I don't
got
know that.
dragged.
Yeah.
Dibbler. Is your name Dibbler?
Can be.
Okay, hi Dibbler.
I got the name. I'm named. You gotta give you a hug.
Slit my own throat.
You've now adopted a child.
Good.
He's actually smaller than you.
He's smaller than me.
Yeah. He's also a goblin.
No, but Quest is small for a goblin.
He's small too.
Okay. How old are you?
Me? I'm very old.
What? Like a whole 8?
What's 8?
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know how to count.
I haven't eaten anything today.
Medicine roll on age of goblin.
Sausage. Eat sausage.
Oh. I like sausages. I make sausages.
Yes, you do. Eat.
He slurps it up.
Alright, now you owe me a copper.
Okay.
Oh.
He hands you a copper.
Alright, can I have 5 sausages?
Okay. He takes it and goes around to the other side of the thing. Cooked, uncooked.
Uncooked.
Uncooked. Okay. He sticks 5 sausages on the one stick and hands it to you.
Thank you. Go off. And...
It's a bit of tough sticking out one of the sausages.
Tuft.
Yeah, of fur.
What kind of fur?
Don't forget,
like
you
rat
ate
fur.
one of those.
Rat fur.
I did.
That's fine.
I did.
Right on the stick.
And then
is
you
not
threw
common
up
here.
everywhere.
I won't be doing that again.
Hey!
Having
Anybody for sausage?
So this little goblin comes up to you with a bowl and says, "Free stew." He catches it in the stew.
Oh, no.
He goes,
Go away! God!
"Can I come back later for more?"
Go away!
Okay.
You know, you get to the point where you're,
As much as
you're
his
empty
character's
and all you're
very
doing
lovely.
is going through the motions.
I tip him 5 copper.
Oh, you're rich.
Why did you tip a goblin 5
Thank you. He
copper?
runs off.
I
get clothes for the day.
Yeah. That's the exact reason why.
Have you seen it?
Seen what? I haven't
Yeah,
been
looks
up
good,
there
doesn't
yet.
Hmm.
It's got like all of them up there. It's really
So I
cool.
tip him 5 copper. He closes for the day. Doesn't come back to us with.
He gives you a big
Right.
hug before he goes.
I give him a nice pat on
Thanks, Barry.
the head. I may have to squat down to do so, but
I'm just imagining this. It's good to see you again, Rundle.
I love you, Barry. And then runs off.
you're not the only one.
Oh, no! No!
And you hear him running up saying, "Daddy's nice."
Oh boy, what have we done? What have you done?
Wait for the
What
half
kind of
spawn of these
monsters have
things.
you
Yeah, let's
unleashed
go.
upon us?
The correct question is, what haven't you done?
What haven't you done?
There are no bounds. I am equal across.
Yeah, what
everything.
yum does he yuck?
Like I said, it's 2021. We have to accept everything.
Okay, so
Don't sigh me.
Alright.
I'd like.
I that wasn't a sigh at you, that was a collective sigh. Thank you very much.
At
Oh, I know,
Right.
you too.
I'd like to ask one of the main dwarf in here.
Yep.
If he's seen and I'll try and describe to him the lady gnome that had the arm wrestle with me.
he knows her quite well.
She comes here often.
She's one of the few people that's made him cry.
Made you cry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's one of the few people who will not go into a junk punch competition with.
Oh, so she beat you, did she?
She not only beat him, she put him in hospital for a week.
Oh wow. Okay.
There's a hospital.
That's
There
pretty
is.
impressive.
He could afford it. He needed to. She broke both his legs.
Wow, that's impressive.
Gee, I got off lightly then.
Okay. What's her nickname here?
No one uses nicknames.
Okay.
They say avoid that gnome.
What do they? So they call her Avoid That No.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting name.
Or sorry is a common thing they say to her. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And does her brother come here?
No. He's too snobberish.
Oh, he's a snob, is he?
Yeah.
How come?
Apparently he's done this all before.
Done what?
Doesn't say.
Oh,
This
okay.
has been here before, he wants something new.
Oh, okay. So does he just go around to different establishments and just?
Not sure.
Okay.
Bit of a snob.
Okay. Oh well.
Doesn't like associating with dwarves.
So I guess his name around here is Snob.
Yeah.
Okay.
The snob.
The
The snob
snob.
and the I'm sorry.
Snob and the sorry. Okay.
Interesting story there.
Sounds like it.
Well, anyone who's met the little gnome, Miss, will always say I'm sorry afterwards. Because they're always at fault.
Interesting.
What would you say if she broke your legs?
Please don't break my legs.
I'm not sure. To be honest, I'm yet to experience it, but
I could ask her.
no, I'm good.
Well, that's a different thing to say. I am good after she breaks your legs. I'm not sure anyone said that one yet. That would be different.
Yes, it would be.
And she likes different things.
I mean,
I know.
she broke my arm, but I didn't say sorry. More along the lines of I'm getting a drink.
I've met sorry before.
You met sorry before?
I've met sorry before.
Has she made you feel sorry for it?
Yes, she did.
Then she lives up to her reputation.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's sorry that you have to heal Doozer again.
Technically, she gave me a kiss on the cheek, but we don't say that.
You got a kiss from sorry. Okay, so you guys will then head over to the moneylender.
Yes.
So further down Rat Street, on the same street you're on, is the actual moneylender's house. One of the few places here that is its own building with its own compound.
Okay.
Okay, so if it's just down the street, no one in the street's seen him for like a day.
Down the street is the equivalent of 3 or 4 blocks.
How many
Oh, okay.
floors does this building have?
That's 2.
Okay.
And they're still standing.
Okay. I'm gonna go around the back just to make sure.
You go around the back, and the back is still standing.
Okay. Is there a back door?
Yes, but you got to jump the fence to get to it.
I'll give you a lift.
Well, I'm wondering if we're gonna go talk to this moneylender. He might be suspicious and try and run or something. Maybe we just want some of us should stay at the back.
No,
He's
we go and we say we got told Sal sent some money. We wanted to make sure it got here.
Yeah, but we don't suspect everyone. We're not going to get anywhere here.
Well, yes, but there's no point in lying about why we're
No,
here.
no,
I'm not lying.
He's suggesting that someone who's big and strong and tough with lots of nasty teeth stay out the back, so if the moneylender comes out the back, they can bite him and hold
Or
him.
Well,
someone
I
else
don't-
runs at the back. You can grab
So
them.
you're going to send Willie out the back?
How are your teeth today, Willie?
Better than his junk.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
what's with the walk?
just practice some horse riding stance, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
he was trying to copy the dwarves.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yep.
saw the dwarves getting free drinks for walking like that, so he decided to try it.
Okay.
That's
You got a
actually-
free drink?
It's actually a martial arts move.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Horse style. Okay.
Hang
I'll
on.
remember.
Yeah, I believe you.
They are the masters of dirty fighting. You will not find anyone in the rest of this region who can fight dirtier than they can.
So, do you want to stay out the back, or do you want somebody else to stay out the back?
Probably someone else who's a bit more buffer than me.
Ah, Parry, yes.
The buffest of them all.
Well, I mean, he does have a binding spell, so you know, whatever.
I don't think it's worthwhile having anybody stay outside.
Okay.
This guy is the major loan shark in the city.
Indeed.
And if he's managed to remain in business, the people he's got around him are strong enough to laugh at us, effectively.
I disagree. People in the city say you can't trust each other, let alone all these other crime lords.
But what I mean, he's not about to run off and go, oh, they're scary,
There
oh my
might
god.
be someone else there that's going to run off.
But why?
We
Maybe.
don't know, but we have to suspect things.
So you give me a perception roll while you're looking at the back.
Okay.
That good, huh?
Yeah. How many rerolls do we have?
You have another 7.
Why not?
Wow.
Well, it is 10 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Fine.
Another 6.
Oh, that's much better. That's a 25.
So you're about to give up, and then you notice you see a bit of green cloth sticking out of some rubbish out the back door,
A green cloth sticking out of some rubbish.
near the back door. And you remember that the dwarf had a green cloak.
Okay. I'll point that out and say we need to get over the fence and have a look at it.
Wizard.
Doozer throws.
The wizard over?
Okay. I'm not complaining about this. It's not me. So.
I was gonna say quest, but okay.
I mean, if you want to throw a quest over, he's not going to fight you. This is like, rather than sending someone over, we could just have the wizard cast a spell and woo!
I feel like you pointed at Doozer and Doozer reaches out for Quest. Quest replaces himself with Harry, gets thrown over.
So you give Perry a boost over without Perry asking. Okay, give me an athletics check. We know how well that went.
That went better.
That's a natural 20. Second floor window.
It's not a natural 20, but it's over 20.
Okay, you flip him over the fence without any problems.
It's like
So much so he
20,
comes down feet first.
Oh, wow.
10
out of 10.
5, 6.
Did you give him a 10 out of 10 for his landing? We're going to give him an acrobatics check to see how his landing goes.
23.
You want to do an acrobatics check for Josh?
What did he dispute to?
Probably talking to Ariadna. Because I can hear him talking.
No, okay. No, he can kill himself. I'm not gonna kill him for him.
So you're going to help anyone else over the fence too? To assist him?
Apparently
Apparently Quest was volunteering.
Quest volunteered. I
Quest
volunteered.
opened his mouth.
Quest opened his mouth. Quest is like, 18.
Okay, so you flip him over to acrobatics roll to come over properly.
Oh!
Perfect landing.
24, 8, 26.
So an upgraded 26.
Jeez.
He does, like, he lands on the top of the fence and does, like, a triple backflip to the ground.
And there's applause from behind you.
Take off my hat.
Quite
You're probably used to Doozer throwing you by now. This is almost like a weekly occurrence at this rate.
He picks me up and lobs it. Wait, I don't have my swords now!
You've got time.
Yeah, I'll throw you a bit higher.
Realizes he can land better when he doesn't have his swords out.
Okay, so apparently Parry is a bit distracted by dusting himself off and straightening his clothing.
I'll just point out the green.
Sneak
Then
over
in
to
the-
the bin.
Okay, give me a stealth roll. You are so stealthy. I'm sneaky.
It's a 12.
Oh, it's a 12. Okay. I was going to say, did you roll 1 again?
Kicks the bin.
Well, let me just wait. For them not to notice him, they have to have a perception of less than 1. 1 or less.
Oh, boy.
Otherwise, they notice him. Okay, so yes, you stealth over to the bins.
I start rummaging through the bins for more
Okay.
green stuff.
Okay, you find a big cloak. Smells dwarvish.
That's a dwarf if ever I smell one.
And a dwarf who doesn't bathe.
Oh, it could be any of them.
Apparently, the guy we're looking for
Except for
was
Perry. Perry does
wearing
clean himself. I will give him
a
that.
green.
Weirdo.
And apparently they spilled sauce all over it. Give me a medicine roll.
It's okay, I get to add my level to that. That's not a law, is it?
No.
9.
Yeah, they spilled stuff all over it with they seem to have got it caught on something. Yeah.
It's a nice brownish colour, is it?
Green. Oh, the
This is a bit sort of brownish colour on there, yeah.
Right. Is there anything else in there? Food, weapons, tools, belts.
it's a big, not a secret hideout.
Look,
Well, the sauce is still wet and sticky.
one human's trash is another goblins' treasure.
Going through it, you find a couple of rat skulls.
He'll put those in his belt pouch.
They've been well chewed.
It's fine. They can make a nice necklace for someone. Anything else interesting in the bin?
Yes, there was what appeared to be a fresh apple.
Like a whole apple.
A whole apple.
Somebody put a whole apple in the bin.
Yeah.
How wasteful. You'll put that in another belt pouch. We'll do that later.
Okay. And looking through some stuff, you also find what appears to be a nail. Looks like it was,
Like an iron nail?
an
or a
iron
finger?
nail. Iron nail. Looks like it's being, bent in 3 different directions, but they threw out a nail. How dare they?
It's Still useful. Belt pouch.
They're digging a bit further and further. They've tossed out some containers to put stuff in.
I don't care about those.
So they're
What about belt pouches?
well, it's bins. They've got bins out the back here. Why the hell would they put rubbish in bins for? It's rubbish. You can take these bins and sell them.
Hang on, I'm just gonna roll to understand germ theory. No, I understand germ theory. I understand why bins exist.
Okay, well, in that case, you're finished. You see rubbish all over the area around you. Very little in the bin. Apparently, someone was rather messy out here.
Yes.
Yeah, gee, I wonder who that was.
So are there any other bins? Or...
I know you made sure you ruffled through all of them completely.
Alright, so I found
They're
whole...
spread all over the ground around you.
So he sneaks back and...
Yep, give me a sneak roll. Much
Hey,
better
look,
this time.
10,
Apparently,
it's like important.
apparently, for rubbish all over the place, it made it softer.
It's a 19. He climbs up Parry and jumps
Yep.
over the fence off of Parry's head.
Athletics.
Athletics?
Yeah.
Alright.
That's your jump roll.
17.
You have no problems jumping over the top, using parry as a springboard. So parry, you get to make an acrobatics roll to see how well you landed on the other side. They threw you over the fence.
Quest has just spent the last 10 minutes rummaging through the bins.
Or you've been straightening out your clothing after you got tossed over the fence. They said green cloth, and Quest said we should get the wizard, and so they threw you over the fence.
Quest was trying to say they should get the wizard to use magic and pull the green cloth over. And then you were on the other side and you went, whatever, fine.
And so because of that, they then threw Quest over too.
25.
Yes, you had no problem landing as well. So you weren't as landing as good as the goblin, but you did land pretty well. And you spent the time fussing as you watched the goblin go through the rubbish and spread it everywhere. So he basically did the whole raccoon in a bin thing and rubbish everywhere. After he pocketed quite a few things.
Quest, I'm not going to question.
And then he came back and climbed up you and jumped over the fence.
Quest, not great.
So now everyone else is on the other side of the fence watching you.
Yeah, I want to that fat. Come on.
On the bright side, we can now use this cloak for...
Would you like to climb over the fence?
Dog. To get the same.
Let's climb.
Okay, so you climb over the fence. Don't need a climb roll, it's that easy.
I was about to say, it's probably pretty...
Alright, so like I found this whole apple. They threw out a whole apple. Wasteful.
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 Can you pass
There's
the
a...
cloak?
Hang on, I'm going through the stuff I found. It's a bend now. Just unbend it and reuse it. Like, seriously. It's just a nail. Here, look. I can use it to scratch my name into things. Found those rat
you
skulls.
are on the back of the fence. Quest!
Jin.
Quest. Smack. Alright, fine. Rat skulls, we make a necklace out of them, give it to someone. Great price. Found this cloak. It's got some sort of weird sauce over it, but, you know, it's a little big for me. I think, Willie, you could use it.
No, hand it to Dooza.
Tuesday, you could use it.
Not for you to use.
Because I'm more intelligent and aware of what's going on.
Give me a medicine check.
Yeah, I was going to say, what does the sauce look like?
Medicine.
Medicine check, yeah.
The marinara.
Probably Nando.
Cheeky Nando's in Pathfinder.
Oh, Jesus, okay.
That's a 28.
You
20.
do recognize it as dwarvish blood.
Oh, okay. That's dwarven blood. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
even
sauce.
smells of it.
Yeah. Dwarven blood.
And so both of them are correct. It's sauce to the goblin and it's dwarvish blood to the elf.
Alright, so how much blood?
Quite a lot.
If it's enough to blood soak the cloak,
Which
I
is
would
still wet.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Yeah, that's something.
Any chance that Puppy's going to be able to...
Yeah, but like guaranteed, he points like towards the bin or the building that we're right in front of,
That's
behind
fine.
of.
At least it gives us more evidence. Again, having someone at the back is going to be useful when you try and run.
And now there's all this stuff across the backyard and you had to trip on it.
It's now difficult terrain.
Yeah.
But stealthier.
Yeah.
I'm kind of worried if we walk in there and go, look what we found. They're going to go, yeah, stab.
No, it's not look what we found. We go in and we ask if Thingy did his job because Sal was worried that because he hasn't seen him since.
Yeah, we think
That's-
he ran off with 500 gold,
gold.
pieces.
Yeah, so it's not lying outright. We're just bending the truth slightly.
See if you can bend it further.
Who's got good deception?
Not me.
What's a good deception count as?
How do you get deception?
I get +8.
More than 2.
Yeah, much better than me.
More than 2.
I've got more than 2.
But I can also only roll
Do you have more than 8?
higher than 10
No.
if it's not important.
Yeah.
So look this way, with his +8 and your +2, you'll probably roll higher.
Yay! But apparently someone wants me to stay out the back and be muscle in the alleyway, so...
Like, we'll need Puppy anyway, and you're the one that controls Puppy, so you might as well go with the rest. We've got Parry out the back, right? Well, kind of.
I'm happy to stay up the back.
You don't want Parry at the back.
Why?
No. I never want Parry out the back.
Parry from behind.
Yeah. No.
Well, it's not like many people haven't experienced that before.
Exactly. But I'm pretty sure the party doesn't want to experience that.
They
Alright.
did suggest it, so...
I know, right? Allowing me to do it.
Quest can deception away them. Around the
Okay.
front.
So you move around to the front.
So I'm staying at the back. I'm going to use my sneaky sneak to try to be unobtrusive.
Okay, give me a sneaky sneak with disadvantage as you're a little tender.
Not a bad roll. An 18.
18, you feel very unobtrusive.
My
Very
first,
sore, but very
my
unobtrusive.
first roll was 27.
Jeez. Was it nat 20 or not just high?
Okay, so Duzar knocks on the front door.
That's what you do,
I'll be
right?
behind you and stuff.
Be in front of Juzo between their
Roll
legs.
3d6.
3d6.
No, I know where Ethereon is. He's there.
Someone say trap.
Well, no one checked.
This is true.
Aren't you just knocking on the door?
Yeah.
Isn't this their place of business?
If this is against me, this is not going to bode well. Right, where's my calculator?
I feel like it was mentioned somewhere that if you need to see the left, you're supposed to go back.
22.
What was it?
Go backwards! Wrong campaign.
Yeah.
22. Yep.
Okay, so takes him about 2 minutes or so to reach the door. After you go, bah, 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 so 22 rounds.
Oh,
Woof.
that's fine. That's alright.
Hello?
So, but you got to do 22 rounds.
Okay,
Does
So as you're trying to get through to it, you just keep knocking on the door.
Willie see anything?
Wasn't knocking out. This just knock on the door for 22 rounds.
Quest listens at the door for a few minutes. It's not great.
Okay, what'd you get?
14
Okay, you're hearing lots of hoots.
boots.
Occasional screech, but lots of hoots.
Can't find
Sounds like an aviary.
Bit deeper.
Deeper.
Like human. Are they fighting in there?
Have I heard this before?
Give me a survival check.
Where's your pipe cleaner, buddy? What are you doing with it?
It's not up here.
It's
Where
a
the his cut stuff is.
Sounds like monkeys.
monkeys.
Baboons, particularly.
Okay.
You remember a baboon who stole some of your stuff as a kid?
Okay. Okay, well, it's probably not owlbears.
No, not owlbears.
Could be Albaboon.
Owl baboons.
So like 10 minutes later, someone opens the door.
About 2 minutes later.
Oh, 2 minutes later.
Because it is 10 rounds to a minute. And it was a round per point you roll on the dice.
That's fun.
That's why I say finally the doors reefs open. What you want? as a really smelly, oily, fat person opens the door.
What's your boss?
He looks at you and goes, "What?
The moneylender?
That's me. Who are you?" You're a talking goblin.
No, I'm not.
Okay, you're a very tiny troll.
That's an upgrade.
I suppose it's an upgrade. We're here on behalf of Saul Guerrera.
Sure, you got money?
No, we're checking on the money he sent you.
Well, it didn't arrive.
When didn't it arrive?
Okay, he had some due this week, so this week sometime.
Mm-hmm.
It's still this week.
Dwarf?
He looks at it and goes, "Yeah, he usually drops the money off.
When was the last time you saw him?
2 months ago.
How much has he dropped off so far?
Not enough.
How much does Saul still owe?
Lots.
Lots. More than 2,000?
Sure, we'll go with that," he says.
I don't think so.
You're not Saul. I
I'm
don't
not-
have to discuss specifics with you.
You're right, you don't. Have you seen this dwarf?
Yes, I have.
When was the last time you saw him?
About 2 months ago.
About 2 months ago. Alright, well, he was sent around here the other day.
He was. That's used to me.
Well,
Thanks for telling me. He didn't show up.
what do you mean he didn't show up? We saw, like, we were with him, we were down the street, we saw him come in here.
Didn't happen.
I'm sure it did.
Well, I'm sure it didn't, and I'm normally right, because I'm the one who pays people.
So what happened to him?
You tell me. You're the one with the stories.
I saw him come in here.
Well, obviously you were drinking in the wrong street.
That could happen. Did we have a plan for this?
Probably not, he says.
Doesn't seem so.
Apparently you didn't plan well enough.
What was the lie I was supposed to tell?
Maybe something useful, he says as he's smoking a cigar. And just, he sort of pushes you back a bit and then sits down on the step waiting to see what he come up with next.
Okay. Right. Well, obviously Saul still owes you. And
He owes me double if he doesn't deliver this week.
double. Okay.
Yes.
So if said dwarf was supposed to deliver and he didn't, where would one potentially run off to at short notice?
He laughs. If he tries to run in this city, he's not going to get very far.
No, not Saul. I meant the dwarf.
Dwarf not going to get very far either.
Oh,
He
I'm
has no
sure we
friends.
understand that.
Yeah.
When was the last, like you said you saw him 2 months ago, when was the last time before that? Does he come every 2 months?
He comes every 2 months.
And he brings 500 every time?
Normally about 50.
50.
It'd be stupid to give a dwarf 500.
I don't disagree.
Only an idiot would give a dwarf 500 gold.
You do realize who you lent to, right?
Yes, he's been paying 50 gold every few months.
How much did you lend him?
More than 50.
Obviously.
Are you a lawyer or something, little troll?
Only on my off days.
What about on your on days?
Not a lawyer.
I know, I would really like to have had a lawyer on your on days. You sound like you could really do a good job for it.
Really? I could have more off days. It's
You good at breaking people's legs?
no.
Do you have anyone who's good at breaking people's legs?
Hey,
Particularly not a gnome, because I don't really like dealing with gnomes and breaking things because they don't seem to know when to stop.
hey, Druza, can you break people's legs?
Probably, if
Yes,
I
I know
tried.
someone who can probably break legs if they try.
So you're looking for work? Mr.
Not-
Leg Breaker?
Not particularly.
Have you broken any legs yet?
Just their own.
Just their own? That doesn't sound like a very good,
Oh,
sales
really?
pitch.
I haven't
This is
looked
our
through
doctor. He
that
patches
up.
the broken arms and legs.
But I'm not looking for someone to patch something, I'm looking for someone to break something.
You know what? I might know somebody else who's more willing to break things for you.
Just not a gnome. I don't like dealing with gnomes again.
I don't know.
Not again.
Have you seen
I only
those
know one
ones
gnome, and
recently?
I haven't seen them for years, months, weeks.
Have you
Days.
seen them recently?
The gnomes?
Yeah.
Oh, they're scary.
Yeah, but what's the name? Sorry and
Oh, he just shudders at that.
And what's the other one?
Snob.
Let's see. Snob.
Well, I prefer dealing with Snob.
You
You know
deal
what?
with Snob often?
No, but I prefer dealing with Snob. I wish it was more often.
So you've dealt with Snob in the past?
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
And
If someone was to run in this city with that amount of
He just laughs. If anyone with that amount of money is going to die within about 10 steps.
He's
So
been
it's-
murdered.
Snob. Have you lent Snob money in the past?
No. I wouldn't dare lend them money because never get it back. You imagine asking them to pay you back?
I thought Snob had lots of money though.
He has enough money. He doesn't care. But lending him money, you're never going to get it back.
Right.
Could you imagine anyone who could intimidate his system?
Does Snob use his funding to help
Obviously
your
funding.
business?
Occasionally.
So you're
What's the
partners?
noun?
We are, but he's more the silent partner where possible.
Mm-hmm.
So in the 10 steps, who is likely to kill the dwarf the quickest?
Oh, he thinks. No, not Parry. Parry hasn't been known to kill people with that. He's done it other ways. Normally carelessness more than
Like to find-
specifics.
Is he
Um,
lying?
Oh, I'm definitely lying. I definitely have not come in contact with this. Well, I have come in contact, but I haven't killed this dwarf.
No, I mean, he's checking the
Ah.
dude, not you.
He knows a couple of neck breakers, but no one specific who's good at taking people down. Otherwise, he'd have been hiring them.
Who's like the bloodiest killer in the city?
Oh, that would be the guy in charge.
Who's
The
the guy?
guy in charge.
That would probably be Gaston Cromarty.
That's him.
Well, let's go hunt down Gaston.
No, you don't. He lives on an island where you only
He's,
get.
he's known as the
The
Overlord.
question, who's the bloodiest killer in the city, is a question of who to avoid, not who to hunt.
Yeah, we'll hunt him down.
Yeah, I think I need a new job.
You need a job?
I'm a lawyer. I'm sure I can find someone to break legs for you.
That would be great.
Have you done business with Junk Puncher?
Oh, he just crosses his legs once.
Um,
Maybe he sways a little bit higher.
If I'm going to, like, let's get things out on the table. If I'm going to bring someone across from Saul's place of business,
Yeah.
what's the pay, and are you going to accept it?
It depends. I'll trial them out on one of my more difficult clients, and if they work out well, then I will give them better pay than Soul could.
Who's the difficult client?
That's between me and them.
Right.
I don't talk about my clients with other people.
I will let them know about the job opportunity, and I will come back.
It's always good. I'm always looking for new muscle. They die so easily here.
Just out of curiosity.
I won't tell them that.
What's your loan rate?
Oh, my loan rate is double a month.
Double a month. Okay.
You can't pay me, you owe me double.
And does that increase every month?
Of course. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Okay.
So presumably,
You looking to borrow some money?
No, I'm just in case I need to. I know where to find you.
And if I have any problems, I just I pay half to the Overlord and he deals with it.
Oh, I see.
And then they still owe you double a month.
Well, there's generally no one left to deal with it after that. That's basically the final solution.
I don't like those words.
I'm sorry.
No, that's my fault.
Well, I don't have any more questions. Do you guys have questions?
I mean, where are we gonna? So, what does he owe you every 2 months? Is it just the 50 gold?
Well, it was 50 gold, but if he doesn't pay by the next 2 days, it's going to be 100.
Yep.
And if he doesn't pay me again, then it will be 200. Then it'll just keep going up until I have to go, see the Overlord.
This doesn't make sense.
No, it does actually.
It
makes a lot of sense.
It kind of does. I'm just thinking. I know Juza has like
If
enough
he
personal
only
funds
owed
to.
you 50 gold, why would he
Every
be
month?
sending you 500?
I said, only an idiot would send 500. There's no way he would have sent 500 to me. He wouldn't have made that amount of money.
Can I insight check that?
Sure.
Perception, right?
Yep.
21.
He's sort of looking a bit perplexed that someone would have sent him 500 gold.
Right.
You're also thinking with all the cutting corners that Sal's been doing, couldn't imagine him actually having 500 gold to send.
Right.
So was he lying earlier about not seeing him in 2 months as well, or?
Didn't seem to be.
Alright. Thank you. You've been very helpful. Is there... Well, I hope you have a good day.
Yes. I hope you have a good day too. Is anything else you need doing, my little troll? Do you regenerate?
No.
Did we end up taking his job, or did we just...
Well, you guys said that you wouldn't break people's legs, so I've got to go find somebody else to break legs for him.
We have like 6 Percys who break legs.
I know, that's what I'm going to go ask.
Percys don't need asking. They're Percys. Tell
I'm
them
still
they
going to
do.
be polite. Look, just because you guys didn't grow up with manners.
He says, well, if you ever want to come back here, remember only one person's allowed in at a time, he says, as he shuts the door. That's my rules.
Interesting.
Alright.
And he does, and tell Sol he doesn't like him sending around his muscles.
Well, we're only making sure that we.
But you're still his muscle that he's been touting.
Yeah, but we didn't come to punch you up. We came to make sure that you got money owed, and
And he could have sent one person to do that. And yet you got a whole flotilla of muscle that he's been touting to the city.
we like traveling as a group. It's a thing.
Barry's not
Safer as a
muscle.
pack, I'm sure.
Quest walks around the back and goes and grabs these two.
How'd it go?
Bad.
Why?
You got... The only useful information is that Sol's probably lying to us.
Okay.
Which is not unusual.
Why would you say that?
Well, Sol says he sent Grumpy Dwarf with 500 gold, which is the equivalent of 10 years' wage.
Who's 10 years of wage?
His 10 years of wage.
Sol's?
No, the dwarfs.
Oh, the dwarfs? Okay, yep.
Like, that's a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
It's a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
And Old Mate really didn't understand why anyone would send anyone with 10 years worth of wage.
But mostly
Let
because
alone a
it's
dwarf.
Ritterport, and he wouldn't have got more than, according to him, 10 steps before someone murdered him
I mean-
outright.
500 gold isn't a light thing. He's going to have a big fucking chest of it.
Should I get Puppy to
So
sniff
the
the thing?
repayment was not 500 gold.
No, the repayment was like 50 gold every 2 months.
Was he behind by 20 months?
Not that we understand.
So if you do pay a
We
big
didn't.
chunk, you can get out of the debt. At 50 gold a month, you're pretty much maintaining the debt.
But yeah, Sol can't really afford 500 gold. There's no way he really earned 500 gold that he's willing to part with. Especially not, paying us a gold a week.
Okay. So why did we find the cloak in this guy's... Unless it was planted, of course.
Question.
Because I reckon... Oh, so I'm not even there.
You are, because
Yeah,
he went
'cause
and
we-
got
no,
you.
yeah, we were
Oh,
walking
okay.
around.
We're
Um,
We're now discussing whether we get Puppy to track the.
Well, here's some of the information I know from the head priestess of Calistria. Apparently, she claims that Saul still runs a gang and that he's still a crime lord, despite what he says.
Mhm.
So he's obviously running something.
Mhm.
Whether or not this is related is quite possible.
Mhm.
I suspect that either this was some form of payoff or some kind of trade or something, and this guy in the rubbish was killed in that place we went to, and then either dumped here or on the alcohol used to clean the blood and stuff.
He seemed pretty on the level about the guy never even showed up.
He seemed fairly, nonplussed, as if it wasn't his business. His business is money lending, not what people are doing. If someone doesn't show up, he doesn't really care. If someone doesn't show up with the money,
Yeah, he's got no reason really to kill the guy.
They would if some of the other crime lords want to underdo Saul.
because if Saul gets too behind on it, then the guy will come claim the goblin.
The Overlord takes out Saul, and that's one less crime lord in the city.
Yeah, but that's not the moneylender's business, that's the other criminal's business.
But other crime lords would know of the moneylender and how he works.
Yeah.
If they found out about Saul's debt
Yeah, sure.
problem,
They could kill the dwarf and then try and pin on the moneylender.
or just take the money and then leave Saul to be in debt and get killed by the Overlord. That way they get two birds with one stone. Whether or not it's 50 gold or 500 gold, it still leaves him in debt. And is an advantage to some of the other crime lords. So I suspect there's someone else involved.
The possible lies from Saul, though, don't you?
Well,
There'd also be a good chance this guy's lying too, but he's also, this is his job, is dealing with people on this level.
yeah.
Whereas Saul has a different bend. If you can't lie about a job as a moneylender, then no one will be able to trust you.
We're assuming he's about lying, it could just be a good lie. Speaking of, Willie, do you like breaking people's legs?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, the
He's been
moneylender just
practicing horse style.
the moneylender just offered us a job.
Two.
He needs a lawyer and someone to break people's legs. And I thought, it's a good way to find out more information about where the dwarf's gone.
Really?
Might be worthwhile.
Could be worthwhile.
Well, I guess there's nothing stopping me and Doozer from breaking some legs.
Well, Jesus all want to break legs.
Why?
He's a pussy. I say, while he's
Shorty
not
needs
here-
to harden up.
Would you mean more woofy than pussy?
I don't know. He decided that he didn't want to break legs for the moneylender.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Well, the moneylender's technically working for a different gang.
So what?
Moneylender did say he's going to have you practice on his best client first.
That sounds interesting.
But either way, even if you do this job, we'll start learning who has the run of what areas.
It's a way in.
And currently we know Saul's lying to us, so we might as well see how far this lie goes.
Well, this guy's lying to you, and see how far his lie goes.
Yeah.
Somebody's lying.
No, everybody's lying.
We don't know anything.
It's Riddleport, lying as expected.
If you're telling the truth, you're failing.
Yes, this is the kind of city where you use the spell to detect truth, not detect lie.
Yeah. Oh.
Same. Okay, so did you guys want to finish up at that point and
Good.
rest for the night?
Mm. Problem is, being second level, trying to break people's legs, come get me dead.
Being second level and trying to punch people in the balls.
You're gonna get my balls kicked, yes.
Harry can hold them with his booty wobbly timey-wimey magic, and you can break their legs.
Timey-wimey.
Yeah, shoot. You double team them.
Yeah, double team. Wait, what?
Harry's always in for a tag team.
Tag, you're it. What? Huh?
Oh, Harry, no!
Yeah, very no.
Okay, so we'll put this on. And we finish